Oh my goodness me. What day is our fairy tale day? Adam says every day is a fairy tale working here. It's true. But for those of you that love that kind of whimsical, magical inspiration, this strand is absolutely for you. Oh, it's gorgeous. Look, so you've got clear quartz, faceted into your trillionths. But even beyond that, they're actually checkerboard faceted trillionths, and then they have been coated with this amazing iridescence. Look what it's doing to the light. Quartz has an ability to hold light, pool it almost. So imagine then coating it so it gives you that, I don't know, almost like a little bubble appearance. But oh gosh, this is stunning. I think it's perfect for those of you that have that, you know, that whimsical inspiration, which is very, very on trend at the moment. Individual trilliant cuts that could very easily be prong set. That's something that would massively throwing our weight behind, sort of on the horizon here at Jewellery Maker, so maybe get this ahead of that. You don't have to use the drill hole if you don't want to. Aren't they magical? I just love these. I think alongside pearls, they'd be absolutely exquisite. I think they look absolutely incredible in contrast to colour as well. Again, I'm going to bring a strand that's included in Gemma's, one of Gemma's kits in the 9 o'clock hour. Hiya, Alison. I bought natural Mexican agate in this shape. Stunning shape, really unusual. It is, isn't it? And actually, it's very challenging to cut because a true trillium will actually, all its dimensions, so if you can imagine looking from a bird's eye point of view, every single one of those points is the same axes. So the pavilion will be the same as, so it's actually very challenging to actually facet, but really beautiful when actually completed correctly. Okay, ooh, big bundle. Big bundle of your beautiful Parasite. It's a gorgeous gemstone that deserves a much, much, much higher price per carat, I believe. And it is a genuine gemstone. Again, real similarities to that of your turquoise. I've only got 10 of this bundle. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strands in total in different colours. It's one of those gemstones that responds beautifully to the dyeing process, so it will hold on to colours. And it actually elevates, it sort of enhances the story that each of those treasures actually holds. Every single one will be completely different because you have these wonderful patterns. $12.95, Wayne. Goodness me. There are only 10, and here's a few stunning examples of pieces of jewellery that have either been sent in to us via the Wall of Fame or have been made by our guest designers. We like to show them all here at Jewellery Makers, so inspirations galore. Make sure you check out your baskets because 10 is not going to hang around for very long, and let's be honest, $12.95 is fabulous for one of those strands, let alone, how many did I say? 5? 5. £2.59 per strand. Hello Essex, hello Avon, hello to London, hello to Yorkshire, hello to Amory, Ayrshire, Angela, Ellen. You have to check out because I only had 10, now down to 2. And there's 20 of you with it in your basket, so that's not hanging around for very long, is it? Yeah, I love that gemstone. Amazing. Well done. Oh, another. Oh, it's a nice combination. So we had the copper rutile earlier on. Let's go to the monochrome, so very Chanel-esque. And let's add a little, a smidgen of wonderful summertime elegance in your Parasite. So 2 natural gemstones here. Pyrite or green, you might have heard of Pyrite. Sorry, I always get Pyrite and Parasite mixed up. They're actually not mixed up with the names themselves. They have got similarities though. The reason why I'm looking at this thinking, oh, it's Parasite, is because there's not a single black inclusion within this strand, which is an indication of quality firstly. Of course, with your black rutile, that's what you massively embrace. You want those inclusions. £12.95 only. So I actually think you're buying your Pyrite, you're getting your black rutile for free or vice versa. 4mm in their size. Yeah, the less inclusions that you find within Pyrite, the more gem quality it is. So it's something that we had to overcome. We'll celebrate both, don't get me wrong. Pyrite looks beautiful with the black as well, the black inclusions, but it's like a soft, gentle green, and sometimes you have some really deep black inclusions within. But actually the finer quality is without those. Well done. Gorgeous howlite. Double trouble. Double trouble. That was like you and your sister on the weekend.
Wow.
Yeah, well.
Trouble?
Well, you know.
No.
Yeah, yeah. Adam's like, hang on a minute, you're actually talking about two of probably the best behaved people in the world. That is true. They are very good girls. You are, you are good girls. I know Emma's got an edge. Emma, you've got a side.
Do you think?
Yeah, I like that though. Not a bad side, a naughty side.
Oh.
That's it. No, the lovely Claire and Emma they painted the town red on the weekend, they did. Amazing howlite, totally natural, utterly beautiful. One of the few pure white opaque gemstones that's actually out there. If you think about it, there's very, very, very few. I often liken it to sort of Italian marble. You get this really beautiful patterning across the surface. So those of you maybe that have walked the streets of Rome, there we go. There's a bit of howlite on some memory wire. We have memory wire coming up today, by the way, Jewellery Makers. So, on Saturday. So if you want to make that design, take a sort of photograph in your mind, and remember it because we've got the memory wire coming up on Saturday. Now that always sells out. Yeah, howlite looks beautiful alongside it, and it's got that wonderful natural colour. Well done. Moving on to Mariam Jasper. Ah. And we're going back to the trillionths. This cut is amazing. Gosh, look how precise this is. Beautiful. Mariam Jasper's totally natural. And it almost looks like you have these wonderful, like doodles across the surface of the gemstone. Look at that cut. Oh, it's a lovely cut. I know they are described as trillionths, but they're a curved trillium, which I think is fabulous. £14.95. Again, I haven't seen this gemstone for a very long time. It is completely natural. It's not reconstituted. It's not sort of formed together to create those wonderful shapes. Does anyone else see that when you're looking at this, it almost looks like the work that you might find on the inside of a cave dating back sort of thousands upon thousands of years. But Mother Nature's version, £14.95. Again, straight away we've got people on the web, limited opportunity of your Mariam Jasper, and of course clever drill hole positioning, meaning that you can use it or not. It's entirely up to you. Loving that. Well done. We are fast and pacey this morning, Wayne. He says we might run out of product. Well, we don't want that. Have you double troubled this quality? I'm going to ask you a question, Jewellery Makers. Can you find a single flaw? Because I can't. Natural, eye clean, white topaz in your exquisite briolette drops, 360 degrees. They've got a wonderful three-dimensional droplet, not flat drops. Really popular in the Victorian era, and actually one of the most challenging shapes because you've got dramatic angles and points like your marquise. But look at that. Look at what they do to the actual light itself. White topaz itself is fabulous in many aspects. It's right up there on the Mohs scale. It loves being faceted beautifully, as you can see. It shows you extreme amounts of clarity and brilliance. This is high quality. I can't believe you're paying £10 per strand. So £19.95. Those of you, again, that are looking for that SI clarity, that wonderful colourless diamond luster and brightness, then this is definitely the double trouble for you, don't you think? Imagine it again alongside your early bird that's coming up. Oh! That's amazing, well done. Again on the verge of selling out. Don't forget your Sodalite that's coming up. Oh, these are beautiful. It's a good job Gemma Crow's not in the studio just yet because she would 100% be snaffling these. Look. Ah, this is gorgeous. So your 3mm pyrite, that's natural, totally natural. often referred to as fool's gold because it has distinct similarities, actually forms quite in similar locations. It's a metallic appearing gemstone, $9.95. Here we go, a few examples. Stacker style bracelets are massive at the moment. You see them in designers, big designers like Astley Clark all the time, and you see them at triple figure prices all the time. This is great in terms of using it just in simple stretchies, gents jewellery, ladies jewellery, but also I'd be tempted to use them as spacer beads, wouldn't you? Don't you think, alongside maybe other colours or contrasting colours, a little bit like the Lapis Lazuli that's coming up in the 9 o'clock hour, because the little inclusions that you're seeing within Lapis Lazuli is in fact your pyrite, so they're always a combination of gemstones that work absolutely beautifully together. Here you go, here's another example. And just using them in between your gemstones, instead of actually maybe going for a precious metal or even a base metal, how about sticking with genuine gemstones? Beautiful quality. You could channel set these, you could use them with your shibori silk, you can, pretty much absolutely anything and everything. $9.95. Somebody's asked to see them with the copper rutile. That's a great idea. Alison, great idea. Oh, yes. Literally alternate. Copper rutile pyrite, copper rutile pyrite. Oh, beautiful. I love that idea, Alison. Because it's gonna encourage our ability to see those wonderful patterns inside the gemstone. Well done. I'm over allocated. That's a beautiful idea. I like that one. Sorry? Oh. Why do I instantaneously think of something deliciously chocolatey and when I look at this gemstone? It's your serpentarian or septarian nodule. Now it's not going to, let's be honest, it's not going to win awards for the most attractive of names. Septarian nodules. No. But it certainly does win awards for its beauty and appearance. So if anybody else can see, I don't know, banana eclairs, oh, it's totally natural. Honey and dark chocolate. Totally natural colour contrasts. So if you look at this one in particular, can you see? These here, you actually get these circular patterns, which is where the nodule aspect comes within this gemstone. I've seen septarian nodules actually in spheres, really large spheres, and they're very, very expensive, really beautiful, very, very expensive. It's a stunning gemstone. Again, I love the combination of those chocolate colours, contrasting with the sort of, the caramel or banana colour. What? Hang on, $7.95. No wonder tons of you are actually on the phone lines and on the web. Lisa in Pennsylvania, hello to you, Jess, hello to you, Vanessa. What was that, Adam? He's tasting the honey and chocolate right now. That's what it is. Mikey, well done to you. Essex, Angela, South Yorkshire. Congratulations! Wow. You don't just get the one though, you get two. Beautiful Lapis Lazuli slabs. It's an incredible shape. So where we take a sort of a slice, if you like, a large slice of the genuine gemstone, polish the surface so you can appreciate, almost like a work of art, a framed work of art. You get the two strands. This will go beautifully, not just with the kits, the Lapis Lazuli kits that you've got coming up in the 9 o'clock hour, but ideal time, I feel, to show you another one of your big auctions of this hour. Some of the most beautiful sodalite I've ever seen. Aren't they lovely, those sodalites? 70 of those available, going to a crazy, crazy, crazy price. Don't you think they look amazing together? Beautiful. $11.95 only. Stay where you are on those phone lines. And do check out those baskets, everybody. Of course, the history that comes behind your Lapis Lazuli as well. But right now, gosh, we're running out of time already. Our Gemma Crow, she's ready and waiting in the wings to show you some absolutely unbelievable inspiration. But first, I have to bring you an amazing Monday morning treat. Just imagine the most exquisite summer bouquet of flowers in a gemstone. It has to be multicoloured beryl. Now, the wonderful thing about beryl is a very broad gemstone family. It's one of the most recognised. So emerald is a beryl, morganite is a beryl, goshenite's a beryl, aquamarine's a beryl, heliodor's a beryl, red beryl, obviously. But so within that gemstone family are some of the most influential gemstones in the world. Now, but they come with variety. So pretty much every single beryl can have opacity and look absolutely beautiful. But again, the more clarity that you see, generally speaking, the more valuable and desired that the beryl actually is. Now, that's really important, but it's also really important that you have the intensity of saturation. Now, beryl in its purest form will be completely and utterly colourless, much like your diamonds. So within this strand, you actually have pure beryl, which is goshenite, by the way. One of the most alluring and popular of all minerals. It occurs in a huge diversity of colours that are down to impurities, and I don't look at that word as a negative, impurities that create their beautiful, stunning range of colours. The beryl family is what we call allochromatic, which basically means it's coloured by, characteristic colorations are caused by elements that are not part of its usual crystalline structure. It has been celebrated and worn within jewellery for centuries. It's been historically referred to time and time again, even down in the Bible itself, where they describe it as the wheels of God's thrones itself. Beautiful gemstone, a gemstone that, like I said, when it's got this quality, can have the most incredible clarity whilst holding on to. I still want to say the word pastel. I think on this strand it's definitely a pastel opportunity. We've excluded your emeralds, and that's because it probably would look a little bit out of sorts in amongst your aquamarines, your morganites, your goshenites, your golden beryls, etc. Let's bring this to you at a true early bird price tag, $49.95 for eye clean clarity. Like I said, I can bring you beryl which has got opacity. It's still simply stunning, believe me it is, and often actually it holds on to more colour with inclusions. However, rare occasions like this, you don't have to make sacrifices. You've got the colour intensity plus the level of clarity that you find in finished bespoke high-end pieces of jewellery. Look at that. Look at the glow of your heliodor or your golden beryl. Look at the warmth of your azure blue aquamarines. Look at the purity of your goshenites, the femininity of your morganite pinks. Not $49.95. Your early bird is going under £25. I have 60 of these available. However, as always, when it comes to quality beryl like this, they are flying out the vault. $24.95. Imagine this with the black diamonds that you're getting within your deal of the day. Imagine this with your Saphira tourmaline that we've got coming up, or maybe alongside your collector's choice strand of Ethiopian opal. Imagine just as, I don't know, an inch, 2 inches maybe, on some sterling silver 0.925 wire. Sorry, 0.25 wire, little wrap loop either end and then attached to some sterling silver chain. I mean, that is such a current look at the moment within very, very high-end jewellery designs, but you're going to be getting it and achieving it at a fraction of the price. Check out those baskets, jewellery makers. Incredible, incredible femininity, like I said, historical gemstone, one that has been celebrated for centuries upon centuries, and it's this quality really that you're looking at on your screens in aquamarines. I mean, seriously, look at the blues. That to me, I'm looking at that and I'm definitely seeing the quality that Brazilian quality that receives that accolade title. I'm seeing the femininity of your Morganite. I'm seeing the warmth coming through of your golden beryl. Absolute quality in every single solitary gemstone. Well done, stay where you are. Are you ready? So on the back of your early bird, I think this star buy is going to be an on-screen sellout. I've told you this story before, but I was never the greatest fan of this next gemstone. I liked it, don't get me wrong, but it was always nice. Until I saw this quality. So, Sodalite is actually an ingredient in your Lapis Lazuli. Sodalite is actually one of the ingredients that gives Lapis Lazuli that beautiful, what I always describe as Arabian blue. And I'll be completely honest with you, and I know I'm not the only person in saying this. Up until more recently, it was one of those gemstones I'd go, yeah, it's nice. I was never blown away by. But the reality is, that was until the parcel that we have just achieved. Because I'd never seen Sodalite with such a deep, intense, regal blue. I'd always seen Sodalite, which was more prominent, if I'm honest, with white and grey than what's on your screens right now. Now, that's not down to dyeing. These haven't been dyed, which would be completely, I mean, that's acceptable as well. This is all Mother Nature's quality. So, genuinely, I keep talking about this, but it's turned my opinion completely around. And now, Sodalite is one of my favourite of blue gemstones. Because you get these wonderful cloud-like formation patterns across the surface of this natural stone. But instead of having maybe, I don't know, like a cornflower blue, you're actually getting a midnight blue, which I think is absolutely breathtaking. It's just got an elegance. It's just got a class that I'd never seen previously. And I've said this story before, and I know from that moment I've had lots of conversations with viewers, guest designers, who have all said, yeah, I get where you're coming from. So the parcel that we have just purchased recently of Sodalite is some of the finest that I've ever seen. And that's not just here at Jewellery Maker, that's throughout my entire gemstone career. £20.95 for natural Sodalite. Or is it? I'm seeing the most exquisite, elongated, knotted necklaces. I'm seeing the most exquisite contrast, if you like, alongside your pearls. What I'm not seeing is a $7.95 price tag ordinarily. I'm loving the quality of Sodalite that we have within our vault right now, and it had to be a star by price tag. It has that wonderful intensity. Let me just show the Lapis Lazuli that's coming up. I mean, normally, I have to say, the Sodalite that I've seen of yesterday's would have been far paler. You can almost, it's difficult almost to differentiate between the two strands other than the golden flecks that you find within your Lapis Lazuli. Like I said earlier on, that's because Sodalite is part of the very makeup of this gemstone. Steeped in history, beautiful gemstone that has an intensity in colour, which I think now is unparalleled to what I've seen throughout the decades previously. Teresa, you're loving it. Amory, Una, hello to you, Helen, hello to you, Renfrewshire, hello to you, Yorkshire, hello to you, Anne-Marie, Carola, Sally, West Midlands, Angela, Rosemary, you're there as well. It's busy this morning, jewellery makers. So here we go. Do you see the ones at the front? See the gemstones at the front? I'm not saying they're not beautiful. I'm really not. It was always a nice gemstone for me, but it didn't sweep me off my feet. That's the Sodalite that I'm actually used to and certainly have become accustomed to until this wonderful duffel parcel arrived. This is totally and utterly natural. Stay where you are on those phone lines, jewellery makers. Snap that up at that incredible price tag, and they are big statement stones. Now, time for you to inspire us, jewellery makers. We've got the lovely Gemma Crow stepping into the studio in a few minutes' time, but right now it's your Wall of Fame. Your Wall of Fame. Good luck, everybody. So the draw happens on Wednesday. I'll keep everything crossed for you. Starting us off this morning is 809. Gillian. Hello, Gillian. Wow, Gillian. She says, hello. She says, hello all at JM and fellow waffers. It was International Beading Week. I thought I would enter another Kiss Cross necklace and earring set. I will seriously have to curb my addiction to the Kiss Cross. I think that I'll have to set up a Kiss Cross Anonymous group. It's made using 6mm clear quartz, faceted plain and pumpkin cut rounds, Miyuki Silverline Ruby 8Os and Miyuki Silverline Gold 11Os in sea beads. All components are from Jewellery Maker, of course. Good luck to all fellow waffers, and thank you for keeping us all entertained and busy. Keep safe, best wishes, and that's Gillian. Gillian, that's beautiful, love it. 810 is from Lorraine. Oh, amazing, Lorraine. Hello to you all. I hope you're well and safe. I've had a week off from work this week, and even though I couldn't go anywhere, and I work from home now, I had a nice day out on Friday to celebrate our 12th wedding anniversary. Oh, congratulations. Here is my entry for this week's Wall of Fame. All of the components are from Jewellery Maker, as is the wire. Been doing these in the evenings whilst watching television and would love to see them on the Wall of Fame. It just makes me feel great. Wishing you all the best, and that's from Lorraine. Well, here we are, Lorraine. They are beautiful. Well done. 811 is Tracy. Hiya, Tracy. Look at that. I mean, sorry, that is perfectly Moana, isn't it? Away, away. That's beautiful. And the photography. Hi, everybody. My latest entry to the Wall of Fame is an abalone pendant with 5 pearls. With 5 pearls and hot fix. Love it. Oh yes, you've hot fixed on the front of the abalone shell. For the rest of the necklace, I used various shell pearls, sea beads, and utilised some multicoloured tassels from other strands of gemstones. I have double ear piercings, so it's great to be able to make matching sterling silver earrings to go with the necklace. Good luck and best wishes, and that is from Tracy. Hello, Tracy. That's absolutely beautiful. 812 is from Susan. Hiya. Oh, I love that. That's beautiful. Here's my entry to the Wall of Fame. It's what I believe Jenny Cleary used to call a brangle. And is made from green and blue Lapis Lazuli rounds, gold-coloured wire, and light green Miyuki sea beads, all from Jewellery Maker. She says, good luck to all waffers and stay safe. That's from Susan Todd. Love that, Susan. 813 is from Ruth. My entry is attached. It's made using ruby zoisite cabochon and copper wire. Oh, wow. That's beautiful, isn't it? The wirework and also the gemstone. 814 is from Betty. Oh, wow, Betty. This is my entry to the Wall of Fame, my babushka with her 2 friends in the making. Oh, bless. I think they will look cosy and warm. I hot fixed her coat. So I'm so pleased with the quality of your products. I'm busy hot fixing all sorts in the house, which was great fun. Thanks everyone at JM for keeping us entertained during lockdown, from Betty. I told you, Betty, it's very addictive, hot fixing, isn't it? Honestly, you're standing, what next? What next? What next? My hot fixing. 815 is from Dawn Tomset. Hello. Oh, lovely. Little bluebells. They're beautiful. Please find and attach my entry to the Wall of Fame. I was inspired by Debbie Kershaw's bluebell design. I have to say, I never thought I would be totally smitten with seed beads. All products are from Jewellery Maker. Thank you for being there in these trying times, and well done to all of you. Best love and best wishes from Dawn. Dawn, they are beautiful. Absolutely stunning. Love those. 816 is from Jeffy. Wow, Jeffy. That's incredible. This is my entry for the Wall of Fame this week. It's a table showpiece I made a few months ago. One is Unakite, gemstone tree, and the other one is a tree made with wire that I set them into white cement. Oh, very clever. I really enjoy making them. All products are from Jewellery Maker. Wishing you all good luck. I love watching Jewellery Maker. You're a fabulous team. Stay safe. And that's from Jeffy. Beautiful, Jeffy. 817 is from Michaela. Hello, Michaela. Ah, beautiful. I hope everyone is well. These are a couple of bracelets I made today. Sliders with diamond quartz, and the other is Sleeping Beauty turquoise, which is the only strand I've managed to get my magpie child... Hang on, the only strand I've managed to get, and my magpie child has pinched his half, lol. It's stunning, feels weird, but I guess that's because thankfully it's stabilised. Well, I tell you what, Michaela, Cam is not the only. My daughter's exactly the same, literally always after the gemstones. Apple doesn't fall far from the tree, as they say. Beautiful designs. Good luck to you all. So the draw happens on Wednesday morning. I'll keep everything crossed for you. The winner will receive £100 credit to the Jewellery Maker account, and the runner-up will receive 50. Plus, we get to admire all of your wonderful creations. So keep those entries coming through. Now, coming up, we've got the wonderful Gemma Crow. I haven't seen her, not for any length of time anyway, for absolutely ages, so I cannot wait to give her a virtual social distance cuddle. The designs are beautiful. Don't go anywhere. Gemma Crow's up after this.
Owning a strand of genuine gemstones is always exciting, but being able to use it in your handcrafted jewellery, then passing it on to its new owner with proof of its authenticity, is even more incredible. Why not add one of our printed authenticity cards to your order and share that same feeling with your customers? You can also access online authenticity certificates through items you've previously purchased by looking at your order history on your account details. The certificate gives you valuable information about your purchase and is your guarantee of quality and peace of mind from Jewellery Maker.
Love Jewellery Maker but don't have an account? You can now purchase items on the Jewellery Maker website through our guest checkout. To do so, select the products you wish to purchase and head over to the shopping basket. Simply enter your email address and select Continue as Guest below. After this, the checkout process is simple. Select your quantity and delivery option and then check out securely. Enter your billing details and either a credit card or PayPal account and proceed to payment. From here, you still have the option to create an account if you wish, making shopping online easier for you. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
Did you know that when you book a Jewellery Maker workshop, you're given exclusive access to our Jewellery Maker shop? You can browse through special items and offers, be privy to selected discounts and deals that you can't get at any other time. Shop whilst you learn and grab yourself some amazing offers. For more information on workshops and available dates, contact our call centre.
Jewellery Maker are proud to work alongside some of the biggest brands in the industry. Keep watching for these brands and many more here on Jewellery Maker.
Jewellery Maker course gift vouchers are now available. You can choose from a bronze, silver or gold voucher. Each voucher is worth a different amount that entitles you to book towards a course of your choice. For more information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
Are you new to jewellery making? Not sure where to start? Then tune into Jewellery Maker every Thursday at 6 p.m. for our Get Started hour. One of our fantastic designers will be showing you basic techniques, giving you lots of hints and tips, bringing you one of our specially designed kits for newbies, and showing you step-by-step demonstrations to get you started on your jewellery making journey. Get started with Jewellery Maker every Thursday at 6 p.m.
At Jewellery Maker, we're always looking at ways to provide you with a fantastic shopping experience. With this in mind, selected items throughout the day will be put on display and made available for pre-order. When the presenter informs you that the pre-order service is available on an item, this is your chance to put it into your basket online, or speak to one of our brilliant customer service team members and be one of the first to secure your purchase.
The Jewellery Maker Wall of Fame is where you get to showcase your skills as a jewellery designer. Each week, one lucky entrant will win £100 credited to their account, and the runner-up receives £50. If you want to enter your design, just send a photo to studio@jewellerymaker.com, or you can post your photos to Jewellery Maker Studio, Ivy House, Henley Road, Studley, B80 7DU, and make sure you don't forget your customer number. Get making and good luck. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share. You can now book Jewellery Maker workshops online. Just head over to our Jewellery Maker website and click on the workshop link. We have a wide range of workshops from beginner to intermediate, covering a variety of mediums. Once you've found a workshop you would like to attend, simply click on the Book Now button, fill in the required fields, and then press Continue. This will take you through to the payment page. If you have any questions, you can contact our workshop coordinator at any time by emailing workshop@jewellerymaker.com. We look forward to seeing you. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
Just had our little morning dance. I feel better now, energised. I mean, not only do I absolutely love this lady, but I particularly love as well her creations this morning. Gemma Crow!
Good morning. Morning.
I feel like I haven't seen you properly anyway.
Well, we haven't been in the studio together for a long time, have we?
Literally like little ships passing in the night.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so lovely to see your face.
It's lovely to be with you as well.
Are you all right, darling?
Yes. Yeah, I'm good.
Busy,
I'm good.
busy, busy.
Very busy.
Very, very busy.
Yeah.
Looking fabulous as always.
Thank you.
Gemma, these kits.
I know, aren't they gorgeous? I mean, they were just lovely to work with, you know, because they're so simple and there's little elements in there that you'll see in a minute just really elevate the whole kits.
Honestly, I mean, simple beading, but like you said, the little elements, I don't know if you can detect them there, Jewellery Makers, so there's some really beautiful faceted stones or so connectors in between that just take it to a different level.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it, what those little things can do.
And I've not seen them before, have you?
No, I think they're brand new. I think they're brand new.
Are they brand new? Those little hearts?
Yeah,
I've never seen them before. They are brand new.
Yeah, they're gorgeous. They're so lovely to work with. They're really versatile as well because they've got a really good sized drill hole, so they're great for sort of your charm bracelets and things like that as well.
Well, you say about charm bracelets because I mean, look, you put them on earrings there. Look how lovely they are. I mean, if that was in a high end jewellers, you would be talking about fortunes, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
But they're just little components, like you say, little components. Simple kit.
Yeah.
Affordable kits
Very,
as well.
yeah.
Really affordable kit that anybody can achieve. So if you're watching for the first time and you've never, ever, ever made a piece of jewellery, look how lovely that is.
Yeah, they're so
Gem, these are
pretty.
gorgeous.
Yeah,
Absolutely
they're really,
stunning.
really pretty.
So, now before I get into the kits though, I do want to show you what is coming up later on the show, and also it's an ideal time for me to show them off to our gorgeous Gemma. Now we have, let me just get my board a second, the most beautiful collector's choice strand. This is Ethiopian opal that has oodles of play of colour. Seriously. The flashes of reds, greens and blues coming through. Totally natural. This is coming up at 10 o'clock, your collector's choice hour. And that is going to fly because it's at a ridiculous price tag. I also want to show you your very limited deal of the day. Now, supreme quality black diamonds. Aren't they gorgeous? Yeah. I think some of the finest black diamonds that we've had on our screens. We've got 25, so they are very, very, very limited. But again, it's that level of quality. Black diamonds are rarer than white diamonds, much, much rarer than white diamonds. So to get that quality is really exciting. And also we have blue diamonds, so one of the rarest colours to achieve. In natural diamonds. Look at that beautiful colour, and again you've got that wonderful scintillation. Really affordable price tag. They're coming up as well at 11 o'clock, so it is going to be the most amazing show. But up next, affordable kits that are utterly breathtaking. You know, I mean, you all, lots of our Jewellery Maker customers will spend hours on wonderful creations doing, I don't know, seed beading or really intricate wire work like our lovely Gemma Crow. Sometimes you want a quick, simple, but also mainstream. I mean, this is definitely commercial jewellery.
Very, yeah, and it's those little elements really make it look very professional, don't they? So yeah, that really helps. So you can do your really simple designs, but have that really professional finish.
I love it. Okay, so because we only have 97 of the first, we're going to get that clock rocking. These are those components, Jewellery Makers, that we've been talking about. Now I'm going to show you them in different directions so that obviously you can assess how they actually sort of feed into your jewellery. As Gemma said, you've got quite a large, generous drill hole. Can you see it there? There we are. Quite a nice large drill hole there, so even going through gauges, your thickest gauges of wire will go through that drill hole. So you do get 6 of those. I'm still not done because they're brand new, never been on your screens before. You've also got a beautiful kaleidoscope of your butterflies, again with wonderful drill hole positioning, so you can actually they almost look like they're going to float in your jewellery. You've actually got 6 of those and 6 of the blue hearts, plus you have your wonderful 5 of the blue hearts, I beg your pardon, 5 of the blue hearts, plus you're getting your Lapis Lazuli, plus you're getting this absolutely gorgeous mystical strand. So there's 97 of this gorgeous blue kit. Blue is still one of the most popular colours that we actually bring you, not just in kits, but in gemstones in general. So this is your blue Morpho, 6-pack of, hang on. Yeah, your butterfly spaces, you're getting the 6, and then the hearts, you're getting the 5. Then that mystical coated agate, which is just stunning, and of course your Lapis Lazuli. So talk us through your lovely designs. I'm really fond of that bracelet at the front. Yeah, well, I think we're trying to find some chunkier wire, but that's just a simple sort of extendable bracelet, you know, the little squeezy bracelets. So that's just one of those on some 1.25 wire. And I've just used a little bit of glue on behind the charm there, just to make sure it stays sort of pointing forward. Idea. So, but obviously it's all hidden away because it's... Yeah, so that's not going to slide round underneath the wrist. That's going to stay positioned at the top, which is obviously where you want it to be. Yeah. Already, can I just say, 30% of the kit has gone. Brand new components, really beautiful. So you've got your silver plated hearts with your blue cubic zirconia. They're about 7mm, and you also have your silver plated butterflies. See, we were talking about under £20.
Yeah, they're amazing prices. I mean, I think those little bracelets would be around that price each. You know, and you could do that with all of the butterflies and all of the hearts if you wanted to.
I love them, and I think this is a kit for everybody, really. This is something that you can be the most advanced and technical, like yourself, Gemma, of Jewellery Makers, or you can be a brand new beginner and still be able to make, you know, mainstream jewellery.
Yeah, absolutely. There are no techniques in here that are sort of unusual or difficult to master. They're all the basic techniques, so yeah.
But all absolutely wearable. You're loving these kits. Half the stock's gone. Just to make you aware, I've got 3 kits. But the other 2 are more limited than this one. More limited. So I've got that red colourway and I've also got the gorgeous pinks. Hello to you, Margot. Oh, Gemma, these pieces are absolutely stunning. You're very talented. Be safe, that's Margot. Aren't they,
thanks,
Margot? They're beautiful.
Yeah, they are, Margot, but they were not difficult to achieve. You know, they really are very simple.
Have you got a favourite?
Yeah, I think it's the one with the like clover.
With the pinks.
The pinks,
yeah.
That design is my favourite. That's when I'm going to demo, so you see how
That
to do
is
that
beautiful.
one. Yeah.
Absolutely. Let me just hang on.
It's very Van Cleef.
Very Van Cleef,
Isn't
actually,
it?
because they do that 4-petal flower.
Yeah, it's like the clover.
Good point. Yeah, it is the clover shape, isn't it? That's absolutely stunning. Kit's very limited already, Jewellery Maker. So I've got a pink colourway and I've got a red colourway. There is a slight queue on the phone lines. We are aware of that. I think some really savvy shopping here because lots of you are choosing to get multiples of. Yeah, stunning kits. And they go a long way as well. The fact that you're actually getting, 11 of those individual connectors, not connectors, sorry, charms. Plus you're getting the 2 strands of beautiful gemstones. So for me, at first appearance, when I looked at that at the agate with that wonderful iridescence, I actually thought it was a labradorite from a distance. Yeah. But yeah, you've got this wonderful soft cashmere grey and then that gorgeous bubble-like iridescence across the surface through the coating process.
Yeah, I think they're so pretty, those. They look great in stretches. I've done a little stretchy with one of the butterflies with that. They just look so lovely. Yeah. And that little butterfly, not only gives you somewhere to hide your knot as well, because you can slide your knot inside there. It just adds that little bit of extra.
That's the top
charm.
tip, because we get asked that question quite a lot, don't we? Where do you hide the knot in a stretchy? So under the butterfly. Yeah.
So I've just popped it under the butterfly, but you can also use like a crimp cover or something to cover a knot if you want to.
Loving that. And how long does that piece of jewellery take to make?
Oh, probably about. Well, to be honest, so all 3 kits took me about 2 hours to put together, 2.5 hours to put together.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 pieces?
Yeah, maybe 3 hours then. Maybe 3. I'm guessing.
18 pieces of jewellery. That's in that time frame.
Yeah, really
okay,
quick.
which one next? Oh, I think this is my favourite.
Yeah. The combination of pearls and garnet and hearts is just perfect.
I'm loving this. There is just a beautiful regality to this kit. Oh, look at those. Then you have your gold-plated butterflies just here. I'll pick some of them up so you can see them. So you're getting 6 of the butterflies, 5 of the hearts again. Then you have, let me pick up the gemstones. 8mm natural red garnet, and then this wonderful iridescent coated champagne agate, 8mm but in the faceted rounds. Oh, I'm loving it. I think this is it's hard to choose, it really is, but I just like the opulence that you're getting within this kit. Beautiful, beautiful opulence. Already, lots of you dialing through. 150 carats of your coated champagne agate. You've got 240 carats of your red garnet. You have gold-plated your butterflies, 6 of those, and then you have your lovely red cubic zirconia gold-plated heart spaces. These are breathtaking. Yeah, if you're looking for regality, if you're looking for something sumptuous, amazing to go alongside your pearls.
Absolutely.
So yeah, if you've got some pearls in your stash, then they look beautiful together. Absolutely incredible together. Under £20 again. This is Red Admiral. So, oh yeah, actually one of the rarest varieties of butterflies now, aren't they?
The Red Admiral, yeah.
The Red Admiral, well, certainly one of the most beautiful. Again, talk to me about the inspiration, because I see shop hard when I'm looking at that suite.
Yeah, I think I've just tried to use them in lots of different ways here. So I've got ring memory wire for these little earrings. So they've looped through, and if you just quickly look at the back, you can just see the, I've just curled it at the back to help keep it in place. It sort of acts like a bit of a spring to keep it in there. So yeah, so that's another way to use it. But yeah, just literally use them as spaces or just additions to a stretchy, just elevates it.
That's a really good idea, using them on the memory wire, because you could just literally feed it on the memory wire, couldn't you?
Yeah, and that's what that is. I've just curled the ends so that they're hidden behind, and it also
look how beautifully they match to the actual plating itself, which doesn't happen always when you're looking at plated findings.
No,
how many have I got left? 15 of this kit left. Yeah, just decadence. Again, the iridescence that you're seeing alongside your agate, that champagne coloured agate, and beautiful iridescence, plus genuine natural red garnet. So a lot of multi-buyers on this one. You know, sometimes, like I said, you can really get involved in sort of quite, I say heavy duty in terms of more thought. The need of thought, I suppose, in jewellery making. But this is something which is a little bit more relaxing, shall we say?
Yeah, very much so, yeah.
Let's get the clock rocking for the next kit, because already, I can tell you, the others have almost sold out. So there's only 59 of this next one. And those of you that love your femininity, this is Gemma's favourite. It is really pretty, and it's that very Van Cleef. That very Van Cleef inspired clover. Oh, Gemma.
It's just gorgeous, isn't it?
I would pay $19.95 for these hearts.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I'm really surprised at how much we've managing to put these out for, because they look so expensive, don't they?
They really do.
And because they offer so much to your designs, I think they're worth their weight in gold, really.
I mean, even if we say, okay, all right, $19.95 for your butterflies and your hearts. It's still a fabulous deal, but you don't just get those. You also get your genuine gemstones as well. That comes with clear quartz and also your matte rose quartz, both in your 8mm size. In terms of proportions, also the 8mm go really well alongside the actual charms.
Yes, yeah, they do.
They just fit, don't they?
Yeah, they fit perfectly. The scale is just right, I think, for these.
And the colours, 20 have gone within a nanosecond. These kits are going to sell out, jewellery makers. So this is called Papillon. Papillon, which is French for butterfly. There you go. Papillon. There we go. Very, very, very beautiful, aren't they? Look at that, those ones are actually dancing with one another. It's a really feminine kit. It's hard to say which one's the most popular. They've all been incredibly popular. And I would actually use them all together, because I think if I was to show you the champagne agate in with this kit too, then you'll notice that they also really complement one another, don't they? So was the temptation there? Oh, actually, yeah, it looks really lovely with the rose gold.
It does.
Really beautiful. So if you are lucky enough to be able to get all three kits, then you've got a true feast.
Yeah, you have. I mean, that's like, how many did you count? 16?
I think 18, I think.
16 or 18. I mean, there's a whole craft fair there, isn't there?
Like, there really
do you know what I
is.
mean? There's a stall. Do you know what I mean? For what, if you bought all three, less than £60.
And what would you charge for, say, I don't know, one of those necklaces? What would you charge? I mean, these are gold plated, the cubic zirconia. They're genuine gemstones, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, that one, what, £40?
Which is incredible, isn't it?
But I mean, craft fair prices, you're looking around there. But I think, like, even on a minimum for your earrings, you're looking at £10, aren't you?
I think so.
So, just, and to be honest, Al, I've got absolutely loads of gemstones left, because I haven't used them all.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's even more you could do.
You could carry on with lots of stretchy bracelets if you wanted, or a bit of macrame to go alongside. Enormously popular kits. And again, if you have any questions for our lovely Gemma, then do message us. We are live here in the studio. Gemma is going to be demoing, she's just told you. Yeah, that is the Van Cleef inspired. So Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready
Take
to go.
it away, our Gemma Crown.
Yeah. So really, really simple. I mean, there's nothing complicated to show you in these kits. So I just thought I'd just show you how to get this design together and hold it in place so that it stays put for you. So I'm using a different colourway to show you. I've got the lovely Red Admiral one kit here. So I'm going to use the garnets and the little red hearts. So all I've got is some beading thread. And you'll cut the length that you want for your necklace plus about 4 or 5 inches so that you've got enough to make this loop here and then to pop into your clasp, thread the rest of your necklace. Okay, so I've threaded all 4 hearts on. Make sure they're all sitting in the same direction. Don't worry about which way they're sitting, as long as they're all the same. Thread them onto your beading thread, onto the centre, and then take your beading thread back through. So you're looping round and coming back through all of those charms, or what are we calling it? Are we calling them charms or beads?
They're called spacer beads.
Spacer beads, yeah. Well, they are
on our
more
graphics,
bead-like.
but yeah.
So thread all of them back onto the beading thread and pull the beading thread round, trying to keep it even either side so you've got the same amount left each side. Pull it through, and then as we're pulling through, make sure that they are all sitting with the pointy bit into the centre of your circle as you pull it through. So and because of that pointy bit on the inside, they will tessellate really beautifully. So you see I've gone through all 4. I want to go also through just the next one, so the first one along. So if I go through this one, this will bring our beading thread in the right direction to thread the rest of our necklace. Now, if you wanted to add spacer beads in between, you can. I've used a size 11.0 seed bead in mine. So if you want to use some plated spacer beads, you can, or you can just use some seed beads. I find that seed beads are a really effective way of getting spacers into your work. A really cost-effective way. Okay, so once you've got it through that fourth one again, you can see how if you pull it nice and tight, they just sit beautifully together like a little clover. Okay, so then to keep that in place, we're going to pop on either a spacer bead here, and then I'm going to use a spacer bead and a garnet on this side. So you don't have to do both sides at once. You can do one side and then pull the other side in tight after, because you might lose a bit of tension when you first do this. So I'm popping the spacer bead on there just so that it nestles nicely next to the clover, and then I'm going to pop on a little crimp bead. Okay, so pop your crimp bead in place and then keep it nice and close to your bead, and then give it a squish down to and that's going to stop that from undoing. So once you've got that in place, you then can tighten it up the other side. So pull it nice and tight the other side, and then we'll repeat that. So a spacer bead, one of our garnets, and then a crimp tube. Okay, let that drop down, and this time make sure it's nice and tight. Hold it with your flat nose pliers and give it a pinch down, and that's going to keep that in place now. It won't come undone while you bead the rest of your necklace. And then once you've covered these with crimp covers, then it's all going to tie in with your spacer bead as well. So then just carry on beading the rest of your necklace, put your clasp on as you usually would, and that's your little centerpiece. It looks very vintage, doesn't it, in the gold?
Yeah, really does. And Van Cleef, you know, I can see where your inspiration comes from, but also the kit inspiration, because I've just found one of their advertising campaigns that has the butterfly and the flower. Yeah. Now, that's not the piece of jewellery, that's literally an image. An image, yeah. An image itself. But if I just for 1 second, hang on, if I just zoom out of that and show you here, it is all about those, if I can find that shape, it's all about this, isn't it? You can see in the top. Yeah. It's all about that shape. Yeah. Which is basically what you're creating now. What we've achieved here, yeah, yeah. Gemma, these are absolutely beautiful. Yeah, they are. They're gorgeous. I'm really glad we've got them. So you just carry... sorry, I haven't interrupted, have I? No, that's it. That's all you need to know, really. That's the most complicated technique that I've used. But I love its simplicity though.
Yeah,
It's absolutely perfect. Now you have requested for a 1.25mm wire.
Yeah, just so that you can achieve making those adjustable bangles. So yeah, if we've got some of that, that would be great.
So there we go, we're putting that lovely, beautiful gold that will complement alongside, seriously, 195?
That's amazing.
Seriously? So do I need to hammer that, anything?
No, I mean, do you want me to show you? Or?
Wayne, can we do that demo? Go
Yeah.
for it, Wayne says,
Okay.
go for it.
Right, I'm probably going to have to do it with 1mm wire because that's what I've got to hand down here.
Okay.
But I can quickly show you how to
Yeah, because
achieve
these are
those.
adjustable, aren't they?
Yeah, they're really, really easy to make. I'm just going to cut some off, but when you're doing this at home, work from the reel, but it's a bit noisy if I try and work from the reel in here. So I've just cut this little bit off. And you can use like a form, so any sort of cylindrical hairspray can or something like that to make a circle. I've got the wire forming pliers here, so if you've got these, brilliant, and these help me make consistent size circles. So I'm just going to bite down all the way.
Rosie is saying, hi all,
round.
Gemma's designs look nicer than the Van Cleef ones. I agree. I agree. And actually, you know what, Rosie? I quite often think that. Yeah.
I wish they had the Van Cleef price tag.
Well, this is something that Jake always says. Actually, in terms of the talent, our Jewellery Maker family, guest designers and viewers, often have unsurpassable talent and ideas.
Yeah, it's just we haven't got the advertising behind us. That's all
exactly.
It is. Okay, right. So I've made this circle, and you can see I've just sort of left a bit of a gap there. It's about 1.5 inches gap between where the two ends of the wire are. So it's like a giant jump ring. Okay, and then you'll slide on your charm. So whichever bead you're using. And then we're going to just create a little loop here that will fit around the band this side. So take your flat nose pliers, bend it round like that. Probably left it a bit long, so I'm going to trim off, so I've got about 1 centimetre left. And then take my round nose pliers, and I'm going to make just a loop. So just bend it round, almost close the loop, don't close it fully, then pop it over the wire and then give it a squeeze down, okay? And that closes the loop up. We're going to do the same on the other side, but make sure you slide your bead round up against where you've just done that. Okay, and then we're going to do the same this side. So I'm just going to bend this down. So whereas this wire went that way, this one is going to go the other way, okay? So it's going to go down. And then again, we'll trim off to about 1 centimetre, take our round nose pliers, and again make a loop. Don't close it entirely, leave it open slightly, slide it onto the band, and then give it a pinch close. Now you can refine those and make those a bit more perfect at home, but you can see now that this is an adjustable bracelet, so you can open it out and then close it up. With the 1.25mm wire, it will obviously keep its rigidity a lot more, keep its shape a lot easier. So 1.25 is ideal for this. And then just to help you keep that in the right place, if you just pop a little bit of glue, can you see you've got plenty of space there, just pop a little bit of glue into there and leave it in position. And the best way to do it is just to have it upside down like that. And then it just stays, so let it dry just like that, and it will just stay put, so you can keep it on your bangle.
Absolutely amazing.
Really lovely and simple.
Well, we've brought you the different colours of your 1.25mm wire that will go beautifully with the kits too. But make sure you do check them out. So yeah, you've got the champagne colour, you had the rose gold colour, and you've had the silver. So if you've got 195, so if you want to use those alongside your kits as well. I mean, even if you just did those bracelets.
Well, you'll get about 7 bracelets, 7-8 bracelets within each reel.
Really?
So yeah, it's a really cost-effective way of
yeah,
making
and
jewellery.
adjustability was the feature of 2019.
Yeah.
The feature of the year, which you could now, when you hear it, you think, oh yeah, that makes sense, and the sliders and everything like that.
Yeah.
Check out those baskets. This is the champagne gold colour that go beautifully with the red. To be honest, they go beautifully with all of them. They're all going to match amazingly. Yeah, so take Gemma's inspiration and certainly knowledge and run with it. Any more questions, then do message us live into the studio. We would love to hear from you. At 60777, start your text with JM Studios. There are loads of you there. We've got quantity, am I right in saying? Oh, okay, no, we haven't. We've got 98. That's actually not that much. Champagne's one of my favourite colours because it actually has that really 18 karat gold appearance to it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a lovely soft warm gold, isn't it?
Yeah, really nice. I'll leave it with you though, the remaining quantity, so check out those baskets. Okay, so up next, shall I show you one of your star buys first? Now, this will be a new gemstone to many people that are watching right now, I'm sure. And actually it's a new gemstone to the gem market, to be truthful. You're looking at Sodalite that is completely natural and absolutely breathtakingly beautiful. The colour itself is down to manganese. I'm going to talk some more, but much like your jadeite, it's celebrated to have an intense colour, but also really beautiful, desirable patterns. This is coming up within this hour, in about 15 minutes time. Enormous collector's opportunity, and an amazing star by price tag. But first, let's do... I'll pop that there. Ooh, they're a bit of you, aren't they?
Nice, yeah, nice. It's not very often you see really chunky rose quartz.
No.
So that's really lovely.
Would you use these with the kits?
Yeah, quite possibly. Yeah, because, you know, if I rosary linked them, it'd be nice to have a little rosary linked butterfly sort of just ad hoc amongst the gems.
I think alongside this kit, the rose quartz kit.
Yeah, perfect.
Especially when we're telling you that 500 carats is just £12.95, but there are only 34 of these available. Yeah, really beautiful. Of course, I mean, look, each and every single one of these, they're knotted already, so you don't even have to restrand it, do you?
No, you wouldn't have to. But they're lovely. I mean, I'm always tempted to make really chunky jewellery and sort of link them all together. Maybe some big chain links in between or something. But these would make lovely pendulum style pieces.
Yeah.
And rose quartz being such a significant gem in sort of the, you know, the
crystal healing
world, they're perfect for that. And you could do very simple wire wrap, or you could simply pop a head pin through them. You know, really easy to work with.
They're beautifully tactile as well. I think that comes down to the size and the shape of these, with the perfect amount of colour that we expect from quality rose quartz. I have a limited quantity, and again, lots of collectors are there. There is a little bit of a queue on the phone lines, just to make you aware, jewellery makers. So please do stay where you are. Don't abandon those calls. Moving on to, lovely. It's what, sorry? I was going to say, there's definitely turquoise. Look at this. Microfaceted turquoise. Look how beautiful this colour is. Even though they're 2mm in their size, when you have quality turquoise, you cannot tame that intensity of colour. There are less than 50 of these available, £29.95. Oh, okay, maybe not. You do know, we're not in the early bird hour, everybody, but for some reason Wayne still is. £9.95.
That's brilliant, isn't it, for turquoise? I mean,
exactly.
It's a really expensive gemstone.
It is a very expensive gemstone.
So, you know, it's lovely, isn't it?
It's not turquoise, which is like sort of brown, very dark, lacks that intensity.
No, it's gorgeous colours.
Yeah, it's got that beautiful, beautiful intensity of colour. It's USA as well, that gives you that lovely robin egg blue. Single figure price tag. I mean, how often do we see turquoise at a single figure price tag? Maybe in your rough cuts or in your nuggets, maybe. But look at how intricately every single one of those 2mm round facets are. You know, think about the time that goes into bringing you this entire 30cm strand. And of course the rarity of the gemstone. Of course, all around the, up and down the UK and all around the world. Hello Jeffy, hello to you Devon, hello to you London, hello to you Christine, hello to you Pat and Menorca, hello to you Sally Ann, Kathy, Dublin's there as well. Hello to you Erica over in the USA, Karen, Patricia, Ella. The fact that we have USA clientele that literally, or customers rather, and friends that literally dial in and purchase USA turquoise from us. Doesn't that speak volumes?
Yeah, it does really, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. Well done.
That's fabulous.
Moving on to... Oh.
Oh,
That's pretty.
what is that?
I just love the quality of our white topaz at the moment. I said it earlier on when we had a very limited edition strand. Our topaz at the moment is completely, beautifully eye clean, don't you think?
Yeah, that's gorgeous.
And then, yeah, it doesn't make sense.
No.
£11.95.
No, and topaz, you know, it's really well known and very well renowned. It's what you very often see in the jewellers when you know, in replacement for diamonds.
Yeah.
Often, you know,
It's
amazing.
It's a birthstone, firstly. So if you're a November baby, then you're lucky to have this as your birthstone. Colourless topaz, like if you put your diamond hat on and say, okay, so it's the 4 C's. It's the carat weight, the cut, the clarity, and the colour. You know, those are what sort of elevate the price tag of this gemstone. You can see straight away that £11.95 doesn't make any rhyme or reason. No. Incredible quality. It's 8 on the Mohs scale, so you could wear this absolutely with confidence. It goes beautifully because it is colourless. Like you said, it's often a gemstone which is used instead of or as well as with diamonds. In fact, I was looking on our sister channel's website the other day. I quite often do. They had a bit of a gold sale on, didn't they, the other day on Gemporia. So I was having a little look on there. And of course, a few things catch my eye. Loads of their high-end pieces will have white topaz instead of diamonds. Yeah. Because actually it's a gemstone which can be faceted in more times, so you often get more brilliance than what you actually find in many cuts of your diamonds. And it's definitely wearable and beautiful. Well done. Moving on to Moss Aquamarine. Now this is very exciting for collectors and connoisseurs out there. A new variety of aquamarine. So bearing in mind that we've actually adorned this gemstone right the way back to 300 BC, Moss Aquamarine actually has these really beautiful patterns that form within the gemstone. So yeah, you're not looking at included aquamarine here, you're looking at Moss Aquamarine, which it's two different things. Can you see how they actually have that sort of fern-like patterning? Again, that's what's celebrated. £79.95. It's completely natural. We're not even stopping there. I'd use this with the colourless topaz that you saw a few moments ago, or maybe alongside maybe your blue diamonds. What do you think? Yeah. £34.95.
Yeah, that's brilliant. I saw these for the first time the other day, and I had them over here to have a closer look at. And there's actually rainbows inside.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
they have more fire, don't
twist
they?
them, you can actually see rainbows. They're amazing. They're really
beautiful.
beautiful.
There's more dispersion. It seems to be more dispersion within a moss aquamarine than what you'd find in a sort of more traditional aquamarine. Really, really beautiful jewellery makers. £34.95. Last few of these available. Glenda, Devon. Do check out those baskets. The fact that these are in your gorgeous drops, does that make them workable, usable?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, really easy to use. I mean, featherweight head pins are ideal if you've got those, or 0.4 wire for little twisted briolette drops. They look great. Or you can simply thread them onto beading thread as they're threaded there, and you know, just have a very simple threaded necklace with them on.
But you've got a lot of the patterning and the beauty actually in the gemstone itself, haven't you? So
yeah,
it doesn't have to be overly complicated. Loving that. Well done. Oh, I love this gemstone. If I could bring this gemstone every single show, I definitely would. There's only 30 of these available. You're looking at Herkimer quartz, also known as your diamond quartz too, because it's actually what we call doubly terminated. So the natural growth of Herkimer quartz actually has the jewel points at either side. Do you see where I'm coming from? It's a wonderful gemstone that has these beautiful dustings of black internal inclusions. You mentioned earlier on about dispersion. Herkimer quartz gives you tons and tons of it. A fascinating gemstone that's completely natural. So, how much, sorry? Really? They are fascinating crystals. So those of you that are really interested in how gemstones actually grow in their most natural or sort of natural form without the faceting process, then I think this is a strand for you. Do you see the fire coming through from every single one of those? Those internal colours, the black inclusions, are actually one of the attributes that's most celebrated about your Herkimer quartz. A gemstone that is found in a few different locations around the world, even in New York City state itself. And I always think when I'm looking at it that it reminds me of the skyline, as if you were looking across, you know, the New York skyline. You can almost see that that connection within the gemstone. Under £20 only. Hannah, Valerie, Denise, Ellen, well done. West Midlands, congratulations. London, we've got lots of multi-buyers. I'd love to include Herkimer quartz. I'd love to do a Herkimer quartz hour, actually. It is a fascinating gemstone.
It really is fascinating. What I love is that they're not cut like that. That's how they grow.
Yeah.
I find that really fascinating.
And doubly terminated, so you get those 2 points at either end.
Again, so in the crystal healing world, that's very powerful.
Symbolic.
Yeah, because, you know, it's the energy points of a gemstone is the termination.
So when we wear one and it points downwards, it's channeling towards our heart.
Yeah.
This is going to point in both directions, isn't it?
Yeah.
Amazing. Moving on to aha. Aha. I don't know. How many? Essential sterling silver crimp tubes. That's a lot of precious metal. One of the few findings that we can't make.
No, it's really difficult to make these.
Unless you're a silversmith.
Yeah. I mean, and they're really useful in sterling silver because usually when you get them in the small packs, I've not actually seen them, you know, bulk packs like this.
200 pieces now.
That's brilliant. And of course they are more than just crimp beads. You can be used as spacer beads as well.
Well, like they are in these earrings. They look absolutely gorgeous, don't they? Actually use them as a thing of beauty, not just as a functional finding.
Yeah.
I have quantity of these, but at $7.95 they're not going to hang around. $7.95. We used to bring you, I remember bringing you crimp tubes in packs of 10 and 20.
Yeah.
Now 200.
200, yeah, that's brilliant. Brilliant to stock out.
Yeah, because you don't really want to be without your crimp tubes. At the end of the day, all of your most of your techniques anyway, that you did within your kits, will have, I'm sure most of them would have involved a crimp tube at some point.
Yeah, in fact, I have used them as spacer beads in one of the designs. I think it's a blue. They're actually spacer beads in there. I mean, they're not sterling silver, but that's what's been used to create the spaces between the gems there.
Oh yeah.
You could do that.
Look how beautiful that is.
Yeah.
So not just a crimp tube, not just something that you actually physically squash.
Nope.
To hold a piece of jewellery together, something that you can use as a decorative motif within your design itself. How many left? 9. 30 are in baskets for the final 9. They're a necessity, absolutely. They're like your bread and butter, if you like, to your weekly shop. You need your crimp tubes. So that, well done. Oh, this is gorgeous. I love our magnetic clasp, and I think they've revolutionised jewellery wearing, you know, because obviously if you wear a pacemaker, then do avoid, because it's got a magnetic mechanism. But if you ever struggle with putting, I don't know, any of your bolt ring clasps or your lobster clasps or anything like that, if you ever struggle with those, be it on a bracelet or around the back of your head, this is going to revolutionise your life. It literally is, because all you have to do is attach. And you can physically just have them on and offable if you wanted to. Just put them in the same vicinity. I'm not even looking, look, and they find one another. This is one of the larger of your magnetic clasps. So I guess if you were to use it with something like the big carat weights of your rose quartz, then
it'd be okay.
You want a slightly larger clasp.
Yeah, I mean, and that would work fine. You can, you know, your magnets. Do you know how to recharge them if they're getting a bit weak? Because they will.
I didn't know magnets needed recharging.
Well, they do tend to weaken slightly.
They get tired.
Yeah, they get tired. So all you do is you take the magnets and you rub them together. So you rub them side to side, so across one another, and it sort of recharges all the ions and electrons. Electrons and neutrons? Is that right?
You paid attention in physics.
Yeah. And it just sort of strengthens it back up again.
Ah.
So if you are using heavier gems, you might want to do that now and again, or just get into the habit of doing it every time you put it on.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
Here we go, let's see how fast they find one another this time. Ready? Akachung! Oh, sorry, Emma, you weren't quick. Do it again, ready? Look at that.
It is.
It did go faster.
Yeah, it made a snappier snap, didn't it?
A snappier snap. Amazing, $7.95, well done. Moving on to, right, okay, seriously, an amazing collector's chunk, if you like, of the morning. So I've got Ethiopian Opal coming up at 10 o'clock as your collector's choice. Your deal of the day is black diamonds, and I've also got an amazing strand of blue diamonds. But no collectors. Collection is complete without the next star buy. Okay, no collector's collection would be complete without this gemstone. A rare variety of zoisite, you all know which one I'm talking about, and the only new gemstone that has forced its way into the big five. I'm talking about the exquisite beauty that is tanzanite. Tanzanite is found in only one location on this planet. I know lots of you already know this information, but bear with us because we do have a lot of new customers who tune in to Jewellery Maker. So it's found at the foot of Mount Kilimanjaro, and it was discovered in the late 1960s. In actual fact, we're celebrating its 75th year in the jewellery market. And historically, if we were to trace our steps with every single gemstone, no colour gemstone in particular, has had the influence that tanzanite actually has. But is it any wonder when you look at its inner beauty? This, as I said, is a variety of zoisite that Tiffany's & Co. actually launched to the world, that has one of the most distinctive colour saturations that has ever been seen. It's not just blue. This is blue with an element of violet. This is a blue-violet gemstone that also has what we call triachroism. What that basically means is that, like pleochroism, but this is triachroic, so you get 3 different colours. When you look at it under different angles, you will see different flashes of colours coming through. It is said to be 1,000 times rarer than a diamond, but even more exciting than that statistic is the fact that when asking the question, well, how likely is this discovery or this occurrence, this geological and gemological occurrence, to be found anywhere else on this planet? Because we must never be complacent. Mother Nature likes to keep such gorgeous treasures close to her chest. It is predicted to be 1 in a million, so almost it's not going to happen. We estimate that we have approximately 15 to 20 years left of mining of this gemstone. Now, that's a bad thing if you're not an owner of this gemstone, but it's a good thing if you absolutely are. And the closer we get to that process, that length of time, the more expensive price per carat is going to be. If you own this gemstone already, fantastic, what an heirloom, what an acquisition for the future. If you don't, then I would definitely encourage buying it sooner rather than later. with tanzanite, the more deep, the more intense the amount of vanadium in this gemstone actually is, the more desirable your tanzanite actually is. And this is that desirable, beautiful, graded blue. But you're not just getting one stone. Jewellery makers, you're getting an entire parcel of quality, beautiful tanzanite drops.
They're really good, aren't they?
They're beautiful, aren't they?
They're really good.
I'm not talking about tanzanite which is murky, brown, colourless. I'm talking about tanzanite that has that perfect concentration of vanadium to bring you that intensity of colour that is, you see in gold, in your precious golds, even in your platinums. At $99.95, I'm still not done, but every single one of you will pay the final low price tag, and I have a quantity of, how many? 42. You know, you think about it this way, logically, jewellery makers, it's not going to take you too long to find a high-end colour gemstone specialist that can offer you tanzanite of this quality. And they will probably be offering it to you as one solitary stone, with maybe accenting gemstones like your topaz or maybe your diamonds, and it will be featuring in a precious metal of, I would say, probably gold or platinum. At a double figure price tag, I think, you know, we can only possibly hope. Here at Jewellery Makers, we used to go direct to tanzanite mines. We can't do that anymore. Most of those mining shafts have actually closed. However, we're not exempt, even us here at Jewellery Maker. However, we do have some fabulous connections within the gemstone trade. $47.95. Yeah, for one, let alone an entire parcel of them. Do we all agree with that? You know, the reality is, jewellery makers, how many times have you heard myself, any of my sort of fellow colleagues actually saying to you, this gemstone's getting more and more difficult to get hold of. Believe me, it absolutely is. But you know what else is really challenging for us here at Jewellery Maker is the fact that at some point we are going to have to say to all of our lovely viewers, we can't bring it to you at £47.95. We simply cannot buy the gemstone, even in this solitaire form, at £47.95. We will not be exempt from those imminent price increases, because we don't own the mine. The government actually oversees much of the mining process. There is still artisan miners, but it is all very much governed and looked after. So we have no influence actually in that mining itself. So what will be inevitably. So jewellery makers, I would strongly encourage getting it sooner rather than later if you consider yourself to be a collector and a lover of this gorgeous blue gemstone. Like you said, Gemma, they are amazing quality, aren't they?
They're absolutely beautiful. Just the sparkle on them, you know, they're really beautiful.
Just taking those, I'm just thinking, one of those on a sterling silver chain, just one. I don't think you would find for under £50 anywhere else.
No.
You're going to find it at three figures possibly,
yeah,
if not more.
More than likely.
One solitaire. Because these go up to 11 by 8 millimeters. That's way above the average size of a tanzanite. And I'm talking about individual sizes. If you know, 6 by 4 is the standard solitaire size. Well, we're even starting above that measurement. Every single one of these beautiful gemstones actually has that consistency of blue. Now, I'm not telling you this is quad A. I'm not saying that. If it was quad A colour, then you'd be talking thousands of pounds. Of course you would. But I'm definitely saying it has that vanadium content that brings you that gem quality beauty within each of these genuine tanzanites. You know, it's always one of those gemstones that absolutely surprises new collectors, new customers, because they kind of think, okay, well, is that genuine tanzanite? Because we do know there are other shopping channels that bring you a variety that's an imitation stone. That's absolutely fine. That has its place, of course. But this is the real deal. This is genuine tanzanite that comes from only one place on this planet. And we can bring it to you currently, not always, not indefinitely, for £47.95. That's just over £1 per carat. just, can I count these quickly? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 33. So that means they're working out at 145 per genuine tanzanite.
You just can't. Can't go wrong, can you?
Well done, everybody. Congratulations. Check out, because that's getting very, very limited now. Okay, so from tanzanite, where do you want to go? Are we doing it now? Okay. To a really beautiful collector's gemstone, one that's completely and utterly natural, and again, like tanzanite, very, very new to the gemstone market. I'm talking about collector's Sodalite. Now, much like many people, I'm sure, this was a new gemstone that I've learnt about only over recent months. And Sodalite was actually, its first discovery was in 1944, but it was much, much later in 1980 when actually we first experienced gem quality Sodalite, and that's what this is. Gem quality Sodalite. It is a gorgeous purple gemstone that has the most incredible, look at that, isn't that gorgeous? So it's a chrysosilicate mineral that was named after the Japanese petrologist Kenichi Shugi, who actually first identified this gemstone in Japan in 1944. However, as I said earlier on, that discovery was of a sort of a brown yellow variety, and it wasn't until around 1979 and 1979 really, where we actually found this level of quality, which has it was by a manganese mine, which is actually the manganese that colours this gemstone, that beautiful deep purple, in South Africa, that we found this level of quality. It was physically classified as a gemstone in 1980, so only a year after. So straight away, yeah, that's beautiful, it's rare, and it's a gem quality material. But since then, only small deposits have actually been found in different locations. So South Africa, like I said, where the first gem quality Sodalite was actually found, only tiny pockets actually since 1944. It's a really beautiful, attractive, purple, intense gemstone that's in its most valued form, has a very uniformed and intense colour, but wonderful patterning. So the reason I referenced jadeite earlier on when I was describing it is because Sodalite will have a similar patterning to what you find in the finest quality of your jadeite. That can again massively increase the desirability and the price per carat. It is, for me, it's like a breath of fresh air. There's no comparison, in my opinion, when it comes to this gemstone. It's highly collectible. It's only been in the market, really, for the past 4 decades, really. And it is, of course, this level of quality that we look for in terms of the most desirability. Do you see how it has those wonderful mottled textures across the surface? Little flashes of red and greens even coming through, but the dominant colour all comes from the actual presence of manganese traces. And that's why, like I said, it was actually discovered, gem quality was discovered alongside a manganese mine. But some of the most, I don't know, juicy purples that you can find within a gemstone.
Yeah, they're really rich, aren't they?
You're working with this right now.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
It's funny you should say the jadeite, because when I was handling it, you know, it's a new, so it's not just about how it looks to me, it's how it feels and the weight of it and things like that. And it does feel very similar to a jadeite.
Yeah.
It's got that same sort of gravity.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but the colours are beautiful. In some lights, it's almost like opal, like because of the reds and the greens that you get now and again. It's got such a gorgeous texture. It's really lovely.
And you're going for rosary linking.
Yeah, I'm rosary linking because it's got this lovely graduation, but then it means you can see each one individually easier as well. So as you rotate them, you know, it's giving them that little bit of space.
Because if I actually double the strand over, can you see you've actually got patterning on the, you know, when we're looking at rondelles on a strand, they're literally shoulder to shoulder, aren't they? Mm. So when you separate them, like Gemma is doing in rosary linking, look at that beautiful patterns, which again massively enhances the desirability of the gemstone. Stay where you are on those phone lines, jewellery makers, a lovely collector's opportunity. It'll go beautifully as well with your Saphira tourmaline that I think is coming up a little bit later on. But collector's choice is the most epic strand of Ethiopian opal. Gemma and I will return after this.
Don't want to miss a Jewellery Maker show? Then download our app for Android and Apple devices by searching Jewellery Maker in your relevant app store. Stay with Jewellery Maker wherever you go. Don't miss out on our amazing deals, inspiration, demonstrations, and of course all the fun. Create, wear, share on the go with Jewellery Maker.
Are you new to jewellery making? Not sure where to start? Then tune into Jewellery Maker every Thursday at 6 p.m. for our Get Started hour. One of our fantastic designers will be showing you basic techniques, giving you lots of hints and tips, bringing you one of our specially designed kits for newbies, and showing you step-by-step demonstrations to get you started on your jewellery making journey. Get started with Jewellery Maker every Thursday at 6 p.m.
At Jewellery Maker, we're always looking at ways to provide you with a fantastic shopping experience. With this in mind, selected items throughout the day will be put on display and made available for pre-order. When the presenter informs you that the pre-order service is available on an item, this is your chance to put it into your basket online, or speak to one of our brilliant customer service team members and be one of the first to secure your purchase.
Jewellery Maker are proud to work alongside some of the biggest brands in the industry. Keep watching for these brands and many more here on Jewellery Maker.
The Jewellery Maker Wall of Fame is where you get to showcase your skills as a jewellery designer. Each week, one lucky entrant will win £100 credited to their account, and the runner-up receives £50. If you want to enter your design, just send a photo to studio@jewellerymaker.com, or you can post your photos to Jewellery Maker Studio, Ivy House, Henley Road, Studley, B80 7DU, and make sure you don't forget your customer number. Get making and good luck. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share. It's easy to stay in touch with Jewellery Maker. You can like our Facebook page and join a community of over 68,000 people. You can follow us on Twitter and tweet us your messages and opinions, send photos of your designs, and enter our Wall of Fame competition. Or if you need any help or advice, you can email our friendly help team. Make sure to get involved and stay up to date with Jewellery Maker. Love Jewellery Maker but don't have an account? You can now purchase items on the Jewellery Maker website through our guest checkout. To do so, select the products you wish to purchase and head over to the shopping basket. Simply enter your email address and select Continue as Guest below. After this, the checkout process is simple. Select your quantity and delivery option and then check out securely. Enter your billing details and either a credit card or PayPal account and proceed to payment. From here, you still have the option to create an account if you wish, making shopping online easier for you. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
If you have a question or query for Jewellery Maker, then contact our call centre on 0800 644 655 and press option 2. Email help@jewellerymaker.com or drop us a message on our Facebook page.
Are you stuck for ideas with your jewellery making? Need some inspiration? Then head over to the Jewellery Maker website and check out our projects page. We have plenty of amazing tutorials for you to choose from, no matter if you're a beginner, intermediate, or an advanced jewellery maker. Expand your knowledge and skills with these easy-to-follow step-by-step instructions. Created by our in-house designers, we're always producing fresh content to give you plenty of hints and tips. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
Jewellery Maker have an extensive range of DVDs for all abilities. Each of our mediums has an introductory DVD to help you get started. If you're already an experienced jewellery maker, we have a collection of projects and more advanced DVDs to take your designs to the next level. So visit our website for more information. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
Oh, I'm completely smitten with this collector's choice. Opal has always really been at the forefront and pulled on our heartstrings, I think, in the gemstone world. I mean, William Shakespeare named it himself the Queen of Gemstones. But William Shakespeare would have probably been talking about more ancient historical deposits than Ethiopia. Ethiopian opal was actually not discovered until the 1980s, but no location of this gemstone has ever rocked the opal market quite like Ethiopia has. So much so that Jewellery Maker's one of the most desired Australian opals is actually from Ethiopia. Does that make sense? Because this has characteristics that Australian opal don't carry. And don't get me wrong, I'm not being derogatory to your Australian opal at all. I love them. I absolutely love your Lightning Ridge. I've got a strand of that up a little bit later on in the show. But they differ in terms of their appearances. With Ethiopian opal, they have hydrophane quality, and this is something which has become a lot more, see what I mean? A lot more familiar to us, I think, recently, because in 2008, in the Wellow region, they found a very, very, very small deposit, which was just west of the main seam, which was first discovered in the 1980s. They found a small deposit of Ethiopian opal that possessed this quality. Opal is formed from silica. So unlike your diamonds, your rubies, your sapphires, your emeralds, this actually doesn't have a crystal structure. There's 7 different crystal structures. This doesn't have any of those because it is formed effectively from water that over millions upon millions of years has become trapped within cracks and crevices within the Earth's ground and produced this beautiful spectacle. But what is hydrophane? So the best way I can describe it, and the simplest way that I can actually describe it, is bearing in mind that this gemstone actually originates from water. If you can imagine a snow globe, but instead of having maybe the tiny white flakes, it having just huge amounts of glitter. That is what hydrophane quality is. How the play of colour almost seems to migrate internally. But not just one colour, reds, blues, greens, yellows, violets. They are insanely beautiful. This collector's choice strand could not personify hydrophane quality any more than it does. This is the location that we have sourced your collector's day. And this is the location where 93 fine quality Ethiopian opal strands have come from.
Here is the area that the operators they are mining.
Yeah.
They are going just more than 100 meters.
Wow, so 100 meters into the rock.
Into drill.
So if I understand that everything they've taken out,
Sure.
if they leave it out,
Okay.
A, it doesn't look nice, but B, it becomes unsecure.
Okay.
So they push it all back in when they're finished.
Sure.
Yeah. In the very, very beginning, the whole of that ridge,
Yeah. All this,
they
all
were
the
literally
belts.
only sort of a few meters in, but now they're having to go quite a long way. Yeah.
Yeah. Because if you see this one, it's
Yeah.
at the maximum just 1 meter. That
Yeah,
means
yeah.
the thickness.
Yeah.
1 meter. When you go deeply,
Yeah.
the thickness becomes
Smaller.
small.
The whole seam is only about 1 meter,
1 meter.
and that's it.
Yeah. Not more than that.
And actually looking at the landscape,
Yeah.
you can understand why they're not looking for any alluvial deposits here, because
Sure.
with so much rain it would have washed a long, long way away. So
Sure.
the only place now is in the host rock here.
Yeah. This one.
So there it is, Jewellery Makers. Australia has been dominant within the opal mine or opal mining world rather, for centuries, until recent decades when it's all been about this absolutely undisputed quality that comes from the Ethiopia sort of location. However, limited quantity, especially when it demonstrates exceptional hydrophane quality like what's on your screens right now. We have under 100 of these available, Jewellery Makers, and do you notice how with every single one of these faceted rounds, do you notice how they're not just offering you one of those colour examples? You're actually getting reds, blues, greens, yellows, golds, and they almost seem to travel around internally. I would strongly encourage you start dialing nice and early for this one if you're shopping with us on the phone line, and I would strongly encourage you check out super quickly, because 93 of this level of quality is not going to come around every single day. And again, I mean, little pockets of Ethiopian opal are being discovered around the country. They also have exceptional quality emerald, and I believe Ethiopian emerald was discovered near locations of Ethiopian opal. And again, isn't it funny, interesting that you just get this absolutely beautiful clarity that you don't normally actually get within opal as a gemstone. 8 carats that you're getting here, Jewellery Makers, and I've got 93 of these available, exquisitely faceted, already getting snapped up by our collectors and connoisseurs. I genuinely cannot place my hand on a single finer strand that will actually describe to you hydrophane quality, that beautiful phenomena that seems to be possessed by this location, unsurpassably really, this location. I can't place my hands on another strand that will give you that much of a demonstration other than this incredible collector's choice. I've got people getting quantities of 6s, 2s, 3s, and they are getting snapped up quickly. Now, we are no way near your collector's choice strand price tag, although we absolutely could be. So if we were to, Emma, you were in Stratford-upon-Avon on the weekend, weren't you? Now, whenever I think of fine Ethiopian opal, that location always springs to mind. Let me explain why. Because I can remember walking down the high street, walking past one of those really expensive jewellers. It's an affluent area, Stratford-upon-Avon. You know which one I'm talking about. Did you see the Ethiopian opal? There we go. And I remember a lady wearing an Ethiopian opal necklace, and I could see the play of colour from distances away. That's what I think you're going to see within this strand. You can see the play of colour from distances. But that jewellers that Emma and I are just describing, it would have been hundreds of pounds. Hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of pounds. Certainly not what's on your screen, and certainly not what we intend to take it to, possibly removing one of those digits, jewellery makers, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. This is the example, or the quality of opal, that even the finest lapis in the world will immediately go to.
And when it comes to opal, every location has its own unique attributes and qualities. Like when you're in Australia, you know, you've got 3 or 4 major sites that produce it, and there's only one or two really good places that we produce what we call crystal opal. Crystal opal is a term we use in the trade that means it's transparent, you can see through it, versus the white opal that you would know from Cooper Pedy, Australia. In Ethiopia, it comes like similar in the way that you might see the crystal material from Mexico, but you get a much more intense fire out of it, brilliant flashes of light, and the majority of it is in that crystal range, which is hard to find in opal. Very, very hard to find in other locations where you're going to get the mixture of the play of color, which is the fire, the flashes of color, and have that crystal body to it. You know, I've cut a lot of Australian opal as well, and I know it's very hard to find good crystal opal there, but when you turn to Ethiopia, you're going to find some really choice pieces of crystal, and what it has going for it over many of the other locations, even over the Mexican, which is hard to find that crystal mix with a good play of color fire to it, and that's what makes Ethiopian opal so desirable, I think.
I couldn't say it any better than what Glenn just said there. It's the perfect combination of clarity with colour.
Yeah.
Not just one colour, flashes, a play that dances internally. Who would love this collector's choice strand? And Gemma's just said to me, I want this, Elle.
Yeah.
Who wants it under £50? Not, Emma's just said to me, £3,000 she saw Ethiopian opal in that jeweller's that I was just describing. Isn't it funny how we knew straight away the same one? Yeah. We knew straight away which jewellers we were talking about. But yeah, thousands upon thousands of pounds for this level of quality. And when you look up close, if you make those comparisons to other locations, as Glenn was just establishing there, I'm not saying they're not beautiful, but they just don't have that intensity. They don't have that complete spectrum within every single one of these faceted, natural, genuine gemstones. These are not treated. Jewellery makers, this is genuine Ethiopian opal that is in its natural form but faceted to perfection. I had 93 of these available in the world. They are getting snapped up super quickly. You know, if you are looking for heirloom quality, the pinnacle of crystal, hydrophane, whichever ones you want to call it, you know, if that's what you are looking for, which I think most of us do, then it's on your screens right now, and it's at £49.95, and they're getting snapped up very, very, very quickly, and they're not even stopping there.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. This is an indication of that, jewellery makers, but it's also an indication where you play your part. Wayne, my producer, he wants to know that these are all going to go today. You've already said you want yours.
I do want one.
They are
If
beautiful.
they go any lower than that, I'm definitely not going to get any.
Yeah, not just a little bit either.
No.
But they all have to go. October babies, you need this. You absolutely need this. I mean, seriously, could that be any more perfect? Just literally the strand on sterling silver. Could that be any more perfect? Look at the flashes of reds and blues coming through.
It's so bridal, isn't it? I think that would be perfect for the bride, for
gosh,
maybe with some pearls if you want to keep it more traditional. So how gorgeous is that?
Let's get the clock rocking. This is where you play your part and you show Wayne that you want to get hold of this too. And don't forget that here in the studio, we don't see Ethiopian opal. Sorry, we don't see any opal from whatever locations, whether it's Australia, Mexican, Ethiopian, whichever. You don't see it at its finest, because this is a gemstone that absolutely loves one single light source, not the hundreds of light sources that we actually have here in the studio. We We will go lower than $49.95. We don't have to for this absolute textbook grade, but we will because they're too beautiful to be within our vault, and this is something that I absolutely think you should all be enjoying and wearing. Gemma wants it, I want it, Emma wants it. There we go. There's 3 ladies here in the studio that are desperate for this wonderful firework display, teamed with beautiful transparency. What's that? If everybody checks out, there's 9 left. So does that satisfy, Wayne? That ridiculous price drop that you're suggesting? You what? And by the way, to Glenda, Caroline, Devon, Suzanne, Denise, London, those people that bought multiples, don't worry, you all pay this price tag too. $34.95. You seem upset.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Is it because you're not going to get it then?
Well, yeah, that as well. But I mean, at £149 when it first came on, I wouldn't have batted an eyelid at that price. You know, it would obviously be a very considered purchase, but it's worth it, completely worth it.
Absolutely.
You know, I think you know, at that price, you get your money back on a pendant.
Definitely.
Probably more.
Because we know of opal.
Yeah.
We understand opal. It's a gemstone, like I said, the queen of gems. William Shakespeare said it himself. Yeah. It has always had an immense following. But Ethiopian opal, this is absolute truth. If you go to Australia, where their national gemstone is opal, the most desired opal in the world is not matrix, it's not andamuka, it's not even lightning ridge. The most desired variety is actually in a different country, Ethiopian opal, because it possesses what we call crystal or hydrophane quality that showcases play of colour beyond belief. And how I always describe it earlier on, and I'm not going to say the same about the snow globe because that's for me is hydrophane, but play of colour, when you have crystal opal or hydrophane opal, you don't just see the colour across the surface, you see it right into the heart of the gemstone. So that's why it almost appears to have all the more. It almost dances around. When you've got facets like this, you can see that colour. Look how the red literally just shoots across each of those solitaires. I've still got 30 in baskets. How many left? 15 of these left within the vault. 15 of them. Well done to you, Kathy, Zorin, hello to you, Tracy, London, Jolanta, hello to you, Tyne and Ware, Shirley, Devon, Carolyn, Linda, Margaret, Anne, Stephanie, Shona, Valerie, Nina, Carol, Emma, hello to you, Renvusha, Christine, Karen, Somerset, well done to you, Fife, Jennifer, Elizabeth, Carol, Julie, Kathleen, I can't, who's there, Mikey? Hello to you, Mikey, darling. Suzanne, Anne, Nicola, Noala, hello to you, Kaylee, Erica. I can't keep up with you, jewellery makers. You have to check out those baskets, though, because if you don't check out your basket, you're going to miss out on this opportunity. And I'm going to leave the final few, because we are down to the final few now. And fingers crossed for you, Jem, because that is unbelievable quality.
It is absolutely beautiful.
What will you do with yours if you're successful?
So I would like a bracelet. I'd like just one, you know, maybe 3 on a bracelet, and then I'd like some sort of tassel-y necklace so that I can see it.
Move it around,
yeah. Probably a ring as well.
Fingers crossed. Well, yeah, absolutely. Loving that. Now, if you love your collector's gemstones, sapphire tourmaline, black diamonds, blue diamonds, lightning ridge opal, all still to come. All still to come. It is quite a lineup today.
Blimey.
Oh, well done. Okay, moving on to 8, did you say? I don't have anything in there. What is it? Ah, that's here, that's why. Now, okay, this was a previous deal of the day. Oh, goodness me. There are only 31 of these left, so if you love that quality and you want them in individual calibrated stones, you know that the ring mounts are imminent. We've got those next couple of weeks, I would say, hopefully. Not that one. I don't have that here, so we might have to do it off image. Here we go. Oh, sorry, I was looking on the wrong side. This was, although this was the deal of the day that I was talking about. These are the rose cuts. Gosh, this is a massive parcel. So rose cut has a flat bottom, and then you've got the curve, the bulk of the carat weight actually across the bird's eye, if you like, the table of the gemstone. I'm just going to pick one of these up completely at random. Now they are awesome, aren't they? Yeah, these are the deal of the day that I had the other day, Wayne, when I was on air without you. Aren't they beautiful? So Claire McDonald, guest designer Claire McDonald, saw these, came into the studio, yoink, took one straight away.
They're amazing.
For her prong setting. They're incredible, aren't they?
Those are gorgeous.
All of those, and again, if you're thinking that looks like a completely different gemstone to what's on the screen now is what I'm holding here in the studio, it's not, it's just one single light source. So this is actually more of an honest, or an accurate rather, description of what you'll see. Totally and utterly natural. All of these for $49.95. They were a previous deal of the day and they absolutely flew out the door. Beautiful translucency and internal fire. These opals literally have a three-dimensional appearance. The fact that these have been rose faceted, can you see how you've got the flat bottom and then the curves actually are upside? It's an older cut, and it makes sense because if you look at a round brilliant cut gemstone of any variety, the majority of the carat weight is underneath, you know, within the actual prongs itself. This way you're getting a much larger appearance of gemstone. Beautiful quality, and I've only got the final few of these available within the vault. Once they're gone, they're gone. Aha. Oh, hello. Who's just given you that, Sue? Sam. Our in-house designers have made something utterly beautiful for your deal of the day. Can I show it? Yeah. Oh my goodness me, yeah.
That's so gorgeous, isn't it? How expensive does that look?
Oh my goodness me. This is your deal of the day happening. Sorry, Wayne, I've been completely distracted by the deal of the day. This is so limited, but look how beautiful that is. Isn't that stunning?
Wow.
I wish I had a bigger quantity. Amazing quality. It's coming up, not yet, at 11 o'clock today. Okay. Sorry, what number? Black matrix opal, so really beautiful gemstone that is actually incorporated with, oh, look at this, goodness me, it actually has part of the host rock in it, so ironstone is actually faceted within, because it's such tiny, almost dustings of opal within the host rock itself. Very, very expensive matrix opal. And the best way that I can actually describe it is it's almost like, I don't know, if you can imagine a rain cloud, literally raining small amounts of opal across the ironstone itself. That's the best way I can describe it. So instead of getting these solid pieces, these large pieces, you actually get this beautiful firework display across the gem itself. And a Muka opal is a matrix opal. A boulder opal, we use the description actually to describe, yes, ironstone, but actually has more bands and rivers of opal internally. Straight down to £39.95. It's absolutely incredible, this fascinating gemstone. So for those of you that are looking for something maybe just a little bit different in the opal world, then I would definitely suggest matrix opal. It's a wonderful durable gemstone, a variety of gemstone. This may well come from the Andamuka mine, I don't know. It doesn't say, it just says Australia. And stabilised, by the way, is responsible treatment of this gemstone. It doesn't change the actual overall quality or beauty. We're actually preserving it. And do you notice how you just get those really gentle little tiny dustings of green, red, blues and purples within? Well done. I love this strand. I launched this strand, didn't I? Opal comes in many different varieties: Australian, matrix, boulder, dendritic, mosaic, but also you can have natural multicolours. Now, it is actually a very rare, gosh, there's Tiffany opal in this too, anomaly of nature. So I can't tell you what was there, what was present that transformed this opal into these beautiful blues. I can't tell you what it was that gave that amazing natural stone a pink presence. You've got gorgeous, almost Mexican fire opal or Oregon fire opal oranges here, $29.95. I fell in love with this strand the first time I saw it. The fact that you are getting, for me, parcels of probably locations all around the world. Not $29.95 though. How many do I have left? There's not many, is there? How many? Yeah, there's not many of these left. We did have a big quantity when we first bought them. Why wouldn't we buy a big quantity if we were given that opportunity? But every single one of these are completely and utterly natural. There is no enhancement. There's no dyeing process. This is all Mother Nature's doing. Do you see where I'm coming from though, Jem?
Yeah, they're absolutely gorgeous, aren't they? And it's just lovely to have that variety in one strand, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, that's saving you. I mean, actually, I've never seen the yellow like that. That sort of lemon curd yellow, isn't it? It's beautiful.
It is actually.
Yeah, it's really gorgeous.
And I think the pink as well is some of the most intense pinks. It's. I mean, I don't know if it's Peruvian. It doesn't really matter to me the location. It's all about the quality of those colourings. Now you can dye opal. It's one of the gemstones that actually responds really well to being dyed. But that hasn't happened here. This is all Mother Nature's doing. And as I said, it's one of those anomalies in the gemstone world that we don't know the answer to. What was there that transformed this into that beautiful yellow or pink or blue or orange? I couldn't tell you. We have just under 100 of these available. Linda, Valerie, Josephine, London, Julie, well done to you. Lots of multi-buyers. Hello to you, Rowena. Hello to you, Susan, Lisa. Samantha's there as well, but make sure you check out. Keep dialing. Well done. Oh. I really wish I was an October baby. Emma, you're an October baby. And Adam's an October baby. Because you're just spoilt. I have to say, you're really spoilt. Don't get me wrong. I know my birthstone's lovely too. But just because you get so many different visionary works of art. This is boulder opal. So can you imagine millions of years, these beautiful layers under the ground forming from what would have effectively been either, I don't know, a riverbed, rainfall. Millions of years this story was being told. That's natural. You have a mixture of your cashmere transparent grey opal and a mixture of your beautiful azure blue. £14.95. Most people that are new to Jewellery Maker will go, that's not opal, is it? Yes, it is. But it's so different.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. I love this one. They're beautiful.
Yeah,
aren't they? They're great as pendants. They're great as cufflinks.
The shape, I think, is really working.
Yeah.
With it too, because like you said, you can see it more, can't you, in these sort of rectangular shapes?
Yeah, and like you said, it's really interesting to see those layers and how they've been formed, and sort of the darker areas give the more intensity to the blue areas as well, don't they?
What would you do with something like this then? Would you, like you said, you've said cufflinks, I think that's a great idea. Great for gents, but it doesn't mean doesn't make it into a less feminine sort of route, because actually for me I'm looking at these like, oh okay, they're like emerald cuts, aren't they? So that could be a really nice 4-prong mount.
Yeah.
Solitaire.
Yeah, either as rings or as pendants. I think you can make these really lovely and casual. You wear them casually, maybe with leather cords, one on a pendant or one on a bracelet, just a leather cord bracelet or something like that. But also they look great with pearls. So you space them out with pearls, maybe some silver spaces, and then you're making it more of a high-end piece.
Yeah, that would be lovely alongside some really nice ivory pearls. $14.95 only. Well done. Moving on to... So we'll stick from, I think, probably the same parcel. Probably, I can't say for sure, but it certainly looks that way. But faceted in a slightly different shape. So these are more, let me see, I think these are more hexagonal-like shapes, but you've got these beautiful cylinders. Again, it just showcases the patterning, the growth, the journey that these gemstones have actually been on. Colour zoning can be massively celebrated, and I think this is a prime example why. So you get 80 carats of genuine opal for under £20. Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, and I think they really suit these elongated shapes, don't they?
They do.
Because it does really give you the opportunity to see all those layers and be able to sort of look through the gemstone as well.
And it, drill hole position, I mean, you think, look at the size, actually. Gemma, sorry, I was just kind of lost then. But look at the size. I'm just picking one. Look at the size of that solitaire.
Yeah.
That's a big opal.
It is, isn't it?
You could have one of those on a long line pendant. I'm saying long line because I would want to see them. I'd want to appreciate all of those beautiful patternings. These are completely natural. This is not reconstituted. This is not dyed. Look at that one there. You've almost got purples in the top of that one. And the drill holes themselves are fairly generous. So even some of your thicker gauges of threading material breeze through those. Again, very, very popular. Jewellery makers at under £20. Stay where you are on those phone lines. So we are bringing you an amazing showcase of opal. Up next, now this is the location in the world which commands the highest price per carat of opal. I'm talking about the historically acclaimed, the utterly beautiful quality that comes from Lightning Ridge. I'll always be the first person that tells you that location shouldn't be the only thing that drives your interest or makes you purchase a variety of gemstone. However, it should always be the eye of the beholder. I've always been a firm believer of that. However, Lightning Ridge is considered to be the most valuable of all varieties of opal in the world. It's one of the oldest varieties in the Australian opal mining, and it has this natural dark body colour. So when you look at it, please don't be thinking about Cuba PD pure whites. Yes, of course you can get pure whites, but I want you to think about this star by as being more of a leaning towards your black opal. So historically, what you're about to see has an inherent value based on its rarity and its title. So straight away, 159 for Lightning Ridge opal is absolutely unbelievable. It is distinguishable by the characteristics that I've been referencing just here. You can, generally speaking, distinguish Lightning Ridge because of its dark or even black body colour. A characteristic that actually enables us to visualize the play of colour much easier. It kind of stands out a little bit like fireworks going off at night time. And the mining began in 1905, so it's actually the oldest mining location in Australia. 1905 for Lightning Ridge, Cuba PD was 1915 and Andamooka was 1930. But after over 100 years of mining, it continues to produce large quantities of very, very, very fine quality. There is a reason for that, and that is because, or a reason why Australian opal actually produces a lot in terms of quantity comparatively to Ethiopia. Jake touched on it, but I also have it written down from notes some time ago. Australian deposits of opal were first discovered in 1877, and the three main locations that I've just mentioned are actually situated in a large area known in Australia as the Great Assyrian Basin. So if you were to look at the Australian map, a large percentage of just off the south coast at one point was underwater, and that's what's produced your fine quality opal. The basin covered over 22% of the entire country. So you think how vast Australia is. 22% of that location was underwater. And in very simple terms, it's made up using porous rock that holds on to lots of moisture, and that is the essential ingredient for fine quality opal. So valuable is Lightning Ridge and opal around the world. Romans believed that this was a gemstone that was worthy of trading a third of a certain emperor's entire kingdom for. Lightning Ridge is black opal or darker opal, which emphasises the play of colour within. That has been mentioned, as I said earlier on, within William Shakespeare's stories. French Emperor Napoleon himself actually is reported to have offered a 700 carat opal to his wife Josephine, and that is known as the burning of Troy. So intense were the flashes of play of colour. Lightning Ridge, as I said, the most value of all opals, historically and still to this day. How many do I have, Wayne? Really? Who wants to own Lightning Ridge opal at an affordable price tag? A location of gemstone that, I'll be honest, jewellery makers, most people it'd be out of most of our budgets, mine included. £39.95 for genuine Lightning Ridge opal. The oldest opal in the world.
I've never seen it look like this. I've never seen this sort of, it's almost those blues, isn't it? It's like, I've never seen that. Gorgeous.
It's the darker body colour, which is as much a part of the actual beauty as the play of colour. And the wonderful thing about opal, you've seen Boulder opal, you've seen Ethiopian opal, you've seen matrix opal, and now we're looking at Lightning Ridge opal. Do you notice how they all massively vary? Massively, and it's about finding which one is most important to you, eye of the beholder. What's the most beautiful characteristic? Do you like opal with its opacity? Do you like opal with hydrophane beauty? Do you like opal with dustings and of play of colour like your matrix opal, or do you love it where it's kind of hidden beautifully within the actual rondelles themselves? At $39.95, these are already getting snapped up. They are incredibly rare, and like I said earlier on, if you find black opal elsewhere, Lightning Ridge more to the point, then you will find it at considered prices. This is completely and utterly natural, and do be mindful of that, because actually there's a bit of controversy about the fact that you can't really call black opal if it's treated. I disagree with that personally. This is completely natural for those of you that are of that mind concept. Sorry? Are we doing this one now? Oh, I love this parcel. So imagine yourself, I don't know, you were alongside Dave Tross and Jake Thompson and some of our wonderful buying team at the Tucson Fair, the Hong Kong Fair, the Swiss Fair, whichever it is, and you are searching for high-end gemstones. This is what you'd be buying. You have a trillionth in here. They're mixed shapes, so you can get hearts, you can get ovals, you can get rounds. Is that right, Wayne? What's on my sheet? Anybody that is a wirework extraordinaire, start dialing now. Anybody that loves gem setting on the back of last week, start dialing now. Anybody that is looking for gem quality, but in a parcel. So the reason why I said, you know, if you imagine yourself traveling to the Tucson Fair, it's not going to be possible at the moment because none of the gem fairs are actually open, which is making a big difference in terms of our gem buying. But this is the kind of parcel that you can imagine our founder Steve, Jake, all desperately trying to get hold of. Now, they buy them, as Jake said with me on Thursday, they buy them in mixed sizes, mixed shapes, mixed calibrations. It's more affordable that way, and then they actually decide the designs around the stones. Don't you think that's right, though? Don't you think that the stone should dictate what the piece of jewellery is?
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, definitely, that's the way it should be done.
Look at how awesome they are.
They are incredible.
So this was the parcel that Jake brought to air with myself on Thursday, and literally hundreds sold, didn't they, Wayne?
I'm not surprised.
I have the final few available. Now, for that 1 trillion cut for $199.95 is epic. Can I also just say that looks far more than 2 carats? Surely the trillion's 2 carats. But let me explain. That's what we guarantee. They're going to be more. It's going to be more than that, because we can't. If they're a mixture of your shapes and sizes, you are going to get a higher carat weight. Who wants this at double figures? Now you have emerald cut, trilliant cuts. Look at that, round brilliant cut. Do you notice how the play of colour is not just across the table and the crown facets, the uppermost cut facets of the gemstones? Do you now notice how even the pavilion, the belly of the gemstones, cannot contain that play of colour? Gemma, aren't they awesome?
They're absolutely beautiful. They are stunning, aren't they?
So that high-end jewellers that Emma and I were describing in Stratford-upon-Avon would 100% not be offering a single one of these at anywhere near that price tag. No. It would absolutely have the 4-figure price tag. Yeah, okay, it'd be included with gold. It would be included with gold or platinum, or I don't think even silver. These are high grade. Oh, look at that.
Wow, that's amazing.
$99.95, the last remaining few of these available. I think you're buying one and you're getting the rest for free. This is exceptional quality. Notice how the complete surface area, not just the girdle, not just the crown, the table, the pavilion and the coulis as well, are all showing absolutely unbelievable level of quality for under £50. I mean, do you see where I'm coming from, Jem? One of those. Just one of those for that price tag.
Oh, so good.
Seriously. That one on its own for $49.95. And you're getting everything else for free. And I haven't even picked up the biggest one.
Need to see them in person.
Here.
Oh, they are so gorgeous. Yeah, I definitely need them as well.
They are incredible, aren't they? Set those into your ring mounts are like, I keep saying it, but they are around the corner. We're really excited about the ring mounts that we're actually going to be bringing you, because they have got some really fascinating designs. We're not just talking about the sort of Tiffany set. There's the trilliant cut. Look at the size. I mean, that is engagement ring worthy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Engagement ring worthy. Again, lots of you darting through. Prong set these, use them with your argentium, use them with your amazing wire work. Certainly team them with the black diamonds. Yeah, great idea. Alongside the black diamonds deal of the day. That's coming your way in 10 minutes time, jewellery makers. Stay where you are. And I think possibly the last time you'll actually see those on air. Exceptional, exceptional quality. Okay, moving on to some really pretty drops. Again, different varieties. I love the colouring that you're getting within these. I'm going to just loop it round. Loop it round like so. And because this is a paler colour in the studio, if I just shelter it slightly, I'm blocking the lights that are coming from behind. So it means that you're going to see a little bit more of the natural play of colour. That is there we go. So this is what you'll see when you get this home. It's so frustrating for us here in the studio, and certainly for our directors and technical team, to actually photograph this gemstone, because the play of colour does not portray through the actual television monitor itself. Really? The only reason you're seeing these price tags is because it's actually in a showcase. I love faceted opal and non-faceted opal, but it almost seems to move when there's no facets.
Yeah, I can't. I'm torn between which I like most, but I love these because they are like little droplets of water, aren't they? With all that sort of like magic inside. They're just beautiful.
Wonderful. You said cluster style necklaces, tassel style necklaces earlier on.
Yeah, they look wonderful like that, or made into little flowers for, you know, on vines for your hair, or tiaras and things like that. Look gorgeous.
Beautiful. 13 carats you're getting again across an amazing parcel, all top drill, but you don't have to actually don't have to use that drill hole at all if you don't want to, because I look at these and think, well, there's a solitaire straight away. There's a solitaire. I singled out that one because I was like, I mean, look at the reds that are coming through, and then typically, oh, there we go. Typically, when you look at down the TV screen, they don't demonstrate as well as they should. Look at that, complete coverage of play of colour within this natural gemstone. £39.95 only. Well done, London. Hello to you, Devon. Hello to you, Linda. New customer, make sure you check out your basket. So, again, this was only actually discovered, Ethiopian opal was only actually discovered in the 1990s, mid-1990s. And in that very short period of time, it has absolutely rocked the opal world and swiftly become warranted and justified every single pound per carat that you would find with Australian opal, but also become one of the most desirable because you have this crystal form. Don't forget what Glenn Lara said to you earlier on. It has a blaze of play of colour, and you can see it visually because you have that level of transparency. Your black diamonds are coming your way in 10 minutes time, and then we're bringing you your blue diamonds. Don't forget we've also got your sapphire tourmaline. Let me also show you, we're doing this at the top of the hour. Oh, look at that. The quality of this turquoise. Now, if I said guess the location, I think you would. Yeah. Sleeping Beauty turquoise for that undeniable intensity. It's coming up at the top of the hour. Not too long to wait for that one. But first, oh, lovely. Oh, I keep doing that today, don't I? Oh. Dendrite opal. So again, this is the first strand of dendrite opal I've shown you. If you were to visualise an alpine scene, if you can imagine all of these beautiful, like a snowfall, fresh snowfall, and captured within a gemstone, again, totally natural. Then that's somewhat what dendrite opal would look like. They literally grow within the opal. So the whole piece is actually opal, and then you have these beautiful patterns internally. What? $7.95? Okay. Beautiful, beautiful caramel colours within this strand as well. More often than not, we see dendrite opal, which is purely monochrome, you know, like these. Beautiful, but don't you think they're lovely when you actually have excuse me, these caramel colours coming through? $7.95 only. Absolutely incredible, elegant bars, top drilled as well, so just use your prong set mounts, or maybe actually just suspend them. I mean, you're the guest designer general, what do you reckon?
Yeah, I mean, you can use your mounts, you can wire work with them, you could use gallery wire with these to really elevate them even further, I would think.
Because they are all little individual works of art, aren't they?
They are, but you know, what a lovely palette together as well, though. Like, just to wear those. It's a really classy sort of palette, isn't it? It's got those tans and blacks and creams. They work really well together.
It's a very Gemma Crow palette.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I can see myself.
Those neutral colours. Very you. Okay. fire opal. Now fire opal, you actually get, it's not necessarily about the colours, it's more about the transparency. That's what actually commands the higher colours. Obviously colours, that's down to your perceived likes or dislikes, whether you prefer the whites, the lemons, whether you actually prefer the oranges. This is really important. Fire opal is about transparency, so how much you can actually see. How much you can actually see within the gem. At £24.95 only. We've halved that price tag for you. Oh really? Beyond, no sorry, beg your pardon, it's beyond cost price. So we can't even source the gemstone and broadcast the gemstone, send the gemstone to you, etc, 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 for what's on your screens right now. $24.95. You don't see that much Mexican fire opal anymore.
I was going to say, we haven't seen it for a while, and it is so gorgeous, isn't it? To be honest, I've never seen it in these faceted pairs.
That's true. It tends to be rondelles, doesn't it?
Rondelles, yeah.
I suppose because they that would warrant a much larger piece of rough.
Yeah.
Moving on to, Wayne says, on the back of what we have just said, Gem,
some more.
We found some more Mexican fire opal. These are stunning.
Oh, I love this cat. It's like
like a marquise.
And like slightly rice bead shape. Yeah, I think they look perfect in that. It just suits them. Yeah, absolutely gorgeous.
I have 5 of these left. Okay, so I wouldn't normally say this. We launched it where? $69.95. I wouldn't normally go into percentages, but okay, most jewellers work on a 300% markup plus VAT. I know that because that's how we used to work out the staff costs when I worked at a previous jewellers. Can I just say we are now at -50. I would never normally mention percentages. This is a too beautiful, rare treasure to discuss percentages, but we are categorically losing a lot of money on this strand. Of course it's over allocated. Well done, savvy shoppers. Savvy shoppers. Right then, okay. I can squeeze one more in before your deal of the day, Jewellery Makers, and it is the pinnacle. Literally, what you would imagine within a publication in terms of quality. So why is Sleeping Beauty still probably the most iconic and recognised location of turquoise in the world? It's because of this next star buy. The reason why Sleeping Beauty turquoise is probably the most well known in the world, probably alongside, I'd say, your Kingman turquoise as well, is because it has the greatest intensity and evenness of colour. Intensity, evenness is like colour and clarity to diamonds, I suppose. How prominent is that robin egg blue? How uninterrupted is that robin egg blue? Don't get me wrong, matrices are lovely in turquoise, but when they discovered the Sleeping Beauty turquoise mine, which is situated in the Arizona hills, and by the way, closed in 2012 because there was not enough anymore available to the world. When it was first discovered, big designer brands like Van Cleef, Net-a-Porter, Carolyn Tyler, Tiffany's & Co. flocked to that location and literally threw money at that location because it was the best that they had ever seen. This quality. A matrix does not disturb that colour in any single one of these faceted rounds. It is absolutely breathtaking. And actually probably one of the finest Sleeping Beauty turquoise strands I've ever seen.
It is stunning, isn't it? It's so vivid.
All those locations that we just spoke about, if you were to find Sleeping Beauty turquoise in a Tiffany's & Co. piece of sterling silver, you would be talking about more than what's on your screens right now. But we're not even stopping there. We're going to take it under £100. We've got the final 25 and we've already got people multi-buying. Pardon? What? So your reaction, Gemma, you've just heard what Wayne has just said. I think this is one of the finest Sleeping Beauty turquoise strands because there is such colour.
I think, yeah.
And we're not even stopping at $99.95. Shandy Michelle, London, Cambridgeshire, West Midlands. You're going to be so pleased that you added this to your basket nice and early. $49.95. Incredible quality. A mine that is completely and utterly closed, and that is because turquoise is only shallow forming anyway. So there was always only going to be a very short window, a short lifespan, if you like, of the mining process here. And when that moment sort of hit, when the news actually spread, okay, Sleeping Beauty turquoise is gone, it is no more. What's available is actually out in the market, or maybe sort of being nest egged by collectors and traders the world over. That's the only way that we source this gemstone. We actually have to physically negotiate it using other high power gemstones like your serenite. That's the only way we can get hold of it, and yet we can still bring it to you at $49.95. New customers, make sure you check out. I love the cut, Gemma. I mean,
I mean, it's really traditional, isn't it? I mean, they just look lovely, and that, you know, having that round means it's going to be really easy to work with. Really versatile for lots of different designs, you know, whether it's one in the centre of a pearl necklace or one in the centre of a bracelet, earrings, they're just going to work in pretty much any design that you choose.
I've got 8 of these left. I really like the idea of just one in a pearl necklace. That would be beautiful. I'm going to leave these graphics ticking over whilst we just cut to a short break. Jewellery Maker's coming up. One of the most limited edition deal of the days that I think I've ever brought you. Ultra fine quality black diamonds after this.
Are you new to jewellery making? Not sure where to start? Then tune into Jewellery Maker every Thursday at 6 p.m. for our Get Started Hour. One of our fantastic designers will be showing you basic techniques, giving you lots of hints and tips, bringing you one of our specially designed kits for newbies, and showing you step-by-step demonstrations to get you started on your jewellery making journey. Get started with Jewellery Maker every Thursday at 6 p.m.
Don't want to miss a Jewellery Maker show? Then download our app for Android and Apple devices by searching Jewellery Maker in your relevant app store. Stay with Jewellery Maker wherever you go. Don't miss out on our amazing deals, inspiration, demonstrations, and of course all the fun. Create, wear, share on the go with Jewellery Maker.
Did you know that when you book a Jewellery Maker workshop, you're given exclusive access to our Jewellery Maker shop? You can browse through special items and offers, be privy to selected discounts and deals that you can't get at any other time. Shop whilst you learn and grab yourself some amazing offers. For more information on workshops and available dates, contact our call centre.
If you have a question or query for Jewellery Maker, then contact our call centre on 0800 644 655 and press option 2. Email help@jewellerymaker.com or drop us a message on our Facebook page.
Love Jewellery Maker but don't have an account? You can now purchase items on the Jewellery Maker website through our guest checkout. To do so, select the products you wish to purchase and head over to the shopping basket. Simply enter your email address and select Continue as Guest below. After this, the checkout process is simple. Select your quantity and delivery option and then check out securely. Enter your billing details and either a credit card or PayPal account and proceed to payment. From here, you still have the option to create an account if you wish, making shopping online easier for you. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
Jewellery Maker have an extensive range of DVDs for all abilities. Each of our mediums has an introductory DVD to help you get started. If you're already an experienced jewellery maker, we have a collection of projects and more advanced DVDs to take your designs to the next level. So visit our website for more information. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share. Jewellery Maker course gift vouchers are now available. You can choose from a bronze, silver or gold voucher. Each voucher is worth a different amount that entitles you to book towards a course of your choice. For more information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
Owning a strand of genuine gemstones is always exciting, but being able to use it in your handcrafted jewellery, then passing it on to its new owner with proof of its authenticity, is even more incredible. Why not add one of our printed authenticity cards to your order and share that same feeling with your customers? You can also access online authenticity certificates through items you've previously purchased by looking at your order history on your account details. The certificate gives you valuable information about your purchase and is your guarantee of quality and peace of mind from Jewellery Maker. Jewellery Maker are proud to work alongside some of the biggest brands in the industry. Keep watching for these brands and many more here on Jewellery Maker.
You can now book Jewellery Maker workshops online. Just head over to our Jewellery Maker website and click on the workshop link. We have a wide range of workshops from beginner to intermediate, covering a variety of mediums. Once you've found a workshop you would like to attend, simply click on the Book Now button, fill in the required fields, and then press Continue. This will take you through to the payment page. If you have any questions, you can contact our workshop coordinator at any time by emailing workshop@jewellerymaker.com. We look forward to seeing you. Jewellery Maker. Create, wear, share.
Oh, I love this deal of the day. It's absolutely beautiful quality. Fancy diamonds are basically the term that we use for anything that isn't colourless. And whilst we always say diamonds are literally made up of carbon and that is it, the different colours of your fancy diamonds come from trace elements within. The popularity of fancy diamonds, and in particular black, has absolutely skyrocketed over the past few decades. And when you look at this finished piece of jewellery that is made by our in-house designers, it's so easy to understand why. Thanks to their bold, powerful appearance, a black diamond has become one of the several most popular alternative to sort of a conventional colourless. And as I said, until recently, black diamonds, they weren't really held with enormously high regard. It was really at the beginning of the late 20th century that I actually think that popularity skyrocketed. If diamonds, like I said, are coloured by or our carbon rather, trace amounts of different impurities will transform its appearance. In this case, it's actually graphite. Diamonds have been recognised for their durability, scoring 10 on the actual Mohs scale, making them a favourite to facet by lapidarists. But black diamonds differ slightly because they actually consist of multiple crystals, which means they are far more challenging to facet. Now, appreciate that whilst we look at every single one of these rondelles. However, once faceted, they are documented to be even stronger than a colourless diamond. So you know we always say diamonds are the hardest material on the planet. Really, black diamonds are the hardest material on the planet. Just like colourless diamonds, a black diamond is thought to symbolise eternal, flawless and unchanging love. Black diamonds are also associated with passion and energy. And as I said, in the late 20th century, the popularity of this coloured diamond, this fancy diamond, went through the roof. Perhaps it was down to it featuring in a very, very successful TV series. And I'm going to show you a photograph of that series. So this is, if this is familiar to anybody, this is actually the series called Sex in the City. And eventually they have this relationship, for those that don't watch it, they have this relationship where they're together, they're not together, they're together, they're not together. And you can see in the bottom right-hand corner the diamond that, his name's Mr. Big, or what she calls him Mr. Big, that he actually presents to her. But she's torn. For 1 second she's like, hang on a minute, why is he gifting me a black diamond? Is he saying, she actually thinks in her head, because you can hear her thoughts. She says, is he saying that I've got a black heart or a dark soul? So he asked him the question, why did you get a black diamond? And he says, because you're not like anyone else. So really, really beautiful sentiment. Also, celebrities like Kat Von D. So really wonderful, edgy tattoo artist, that she actually was, she chose a black diamond as her engagement ring. Really, it says something about that person, I think. Yes, not the same as everybody else, or somebody that's maybe a little bit different and wants to make an absolute bold statement. But I went to the GIA website then and actually said, okay, what does the GIA? Because for me, that is the absolute go-to when researching any gemstone. And they write a long article, and I've actually I've taken a few slides for you. So this is at the very beginning. From cast-asides to starring roles, black diamonds have taken quite a journey. They're even vying for position as centre stones in engagement rings, but it pays to look beyond their unique appearance and learn more about this enigmatic gem. Consumers, sorry, I'm just bringing it closer so I can actually see it. Thank you, Emma. So consumers had little interest in black diamonds until the late 20th century, when designers started using it in their jewellery, especially contrasting with tiny colourless diamonds in pave settings. Black diamond engagement rings may have come of age when Mr. Big, as you just saw, gave Carrie a 5-carat black diamond engagement ring at the end of the 2010 series Sex in the City 2. They got more press when Carmen Electra and tattoo artist Kat Von D's flaunted their black diamond engagement rings a couple of years later. Interest, what's that? Has continued to grow. It really is the latter part of the 21st century. And I tell you, and it still is absolutely at the forefront, with designers like Lorraine Schwartz, designers like Tiffany's, designers like Boodle, Chopard, all leaning towards black diamonds. But as I said, this is not just carbon. This is trace amounts of graphite within the gemstone itself that transfers it to this beautiful, enigmatic, I think is the perfect choice of word, gemstone that actually is physically the most durable gemstones of all. Not colourless diamonds. A black diamond will be more durable than a colourless diamond. I have only 23 of these available in the world, and I have to say, jewellery makers, this is one of the most beautiful black diamond strands that I've ever actually seen. I mean, seriously, look at that. Would you do anything differently? We're going to get that 60-second clock rocking. We only have a limited quantity of these available, as I said earlier on. Exceptional faceting. So think about the complexities that I was just describing during the cutting process, because effectively this is not just one large crystal. This is actually made up of lots of tiny little crystals, your graphite and of course your carbon together. However, when it is complete and faceted well, you have one of the most durable materials on this entire planet. Isn't it beautiful? With quality cutting, quality polishing, you get this wonderful surface luster. It's not about internal dispersion or fire or clarity. It is an opaque gemstone effectively, but you get this beautiful metallic luster across the surface that ricochets off every single facet. 15 seconds, only 25 collectors are going to be successful in this, well, sorry, 23, and that's assuming everyone only buys the one. You are getting an opportunity here, jewellery makers, for fine quality black diamonds, not black diamonds which are clouded or slightly dull in their actual appearance. Black diamonds that have a beautiful, do you notice on that, on every single piece of jewellery, black diamond jewellery I showed you, do you notice how they all had that high surface luster, that light return that ricocheted off every single one of those facets, every single one of them? This will do no different, and you're getting 4 carats at a fraction of the price tag that probably each of these pieces of jewellery will be costing. It's already getting snapped up. Well done to you all. Not $259.95. Although, let's be honest, this is 4 carats of genuine black diamonds, not irradiated. There's a big difference between irradiated diamonds and heat-treated diamonds. Irradiated, we can pretty much make certain fancy coloured diamonds look similar. This will always have that, this already had that natural purity of black. If everybody's checked out, it's already sold out for £149.95. I don't say this loosely or lightly. This is one of the best black diamond strands that I've ever seen here at Jewellery Maker, and I've been with you since 2011. It is one of the finest that I've actually seen. And you can tell that not just by the beautiful quality of the cutting, but the light return. Enigmatic, the GIA actually said. You can see that presence, that quality in every single one of these rondelles. We're at $149.95 and we've gone straight down, Jewellery Makers, to 6 in terms of its availability. Typically I've lost your names. So for those of you that are successful on this opportunity, no, it's all right. It's my call screen. You've crushed my call screen. What an absolute acquisition. I've only got 5 of these available within the vault now. They are simply breathtaking. Simply breathtaking. The amount of light luster, and I think luster is really important when it comes to your black diamonds, even more so than that of your colourless, and even more so than that of your blue or your yellow. Of course, that's important with those, but with black diamonds, it's not about what goes on internally necessarily. It's an opaque variety of gemstones that is highly heavily included, and that's what gives it that beautiful colour. So it's all about the external light return, and my goodness, you've got it. It's ricocheting. We've crashed the system. I can't see you there, but there was 23. There's only 5 of these left within the vault, with 12 in baskets. Really? We aren't meant to go a single penny lower, but that's what Wayne is actually contemplating to me right now. Symbolising eternal, flawless and unchanging love. A black diamond says for me a lot about the individual that wears it. I'm not saying that person is dark or even mysterious, but they actually have, like the slide says, you're not like anyone else. And I love that. How romantic is that? 129 and 95 pence. That's for the whole 23 opportunities that were available. They will absolutely all sell out today. If you love your fancy diamonds, then we have blue diamonds coming up. But like I said earlier on, some of the most enigmatic and beautiful black diamonds that I've ever seen here at Jewellery Makers for a time. Let's break that down. Now, hang on a minute. That's working out at, I'm rubbish at maths, so that's working out at what? I'm being dim. Per carat, price per carat. £32 for a black diamond. Or multiple. £32 for this level, this quality. Lesser grade, and believe me, if I was to hold, in contrast, have something here which is slightly lesser quality, you would absolutely see the difference. It would not have that surface luster. It wouldn't have that movement of light. Do you see how literally the light transfers from facet to facet as I actually move my hand? It wouldn't have that depth and intensity of pure inky black. I've got 2 of these left within the vault. Apologies for not saying congratulations or reading your names out, but like I said earlier on, we've crushed the system. Basically, we only had 23, and there's how many in baskets? 13 in baskets for the final 2. For the final 2 opportunities. Okay, so we are talking £30 per carat, just over, of this level of this grade. I'm going to leave that final 2 with you. Absolutely unbelievable. Congratulations. Oh, are we doing it now? Right, so fancy diamonds, much like the Beryls, for example, the colours themselves come from impurities that are present within the actual composition of the gemstone. A colourless diamond is literally pure. It's got carbon and that's it. But different colours can be deciphered from different impurities. Now, in its most natural form, blue is one of the rarest of colours. There are a few very, very famous and legendary blue diamond pieces that are out there that are worth millions upon millions of pounds. Now, I'm not about to ask you for millions of pounds, but I am about to show you a really amazing quality blue diamond strand. Now, when we talk about the colours in particular, because clarity is what we would discuss with your colourless diamonds, but with coloured diamonds, it's not necessarily the clarity, it's an openness. So the tendency for fancy diamonds is that they can be so deeply saturated that they lose their ability to perform brilliance. So openness, we want colour but with an openness and ability to appreciate that internal beauty. These are rough faceted or non-faceted, genuine blue diamonds. I've got how many? And I have 48 available. Now, if you were looking at that black diamond strand and you're thinking, I love it, I love it, I love it, but it's ever so slightly outside of my price point, I can't bring you black diamonds today, but I can bring you scintillation and rarity in blue diamonds. Do you notice how these are not navy? These are not diamonds which are almost so dark that they almost become like a brownish colour. They have that definite blue. I have 40 available, and we're going to get that clock rocking, Jewellery Makers, because this is going to a crazy, crazy low price tag. What, sorry? Really? Wayne's thrown his arms in the air. He's super excited about this. It's a double deal of the day, to be honest, because we only had 23 of the actual deal of the day. That's probably the most limited edition deal of the day that we've brought you in 2020. And on the back of that, we were like, okay, let's bring another really, really high-end diamond opportunity. So fancy diamonds. I mean, that's the perfect description, isn't it? It's okay. Diamonds, in actual fact, beautiful. Listen, I'm a diamond girl as well, but fancy diamonds are far rarer than colourless diamonds. This is going to go to an affordable price tag, Jewellery Makers. Massively popular in terms of non-faceting your gemstones. Diamonds really sort of led the way in terms of that trend. Lots of big celebrities, the likes of Rihanna, was pictured wearing rough faceted diamonds. Sorry, not rough faceted, rough diamonds. So completely, not a single calibration, not a single facet, not a single amount of polishing process. I have 48 available. and you're getting 9 carats. Again, is anybody else just thinking literally across the front of the décolletage? You own blue diamonds. Genuine blue diamonds, not irradiated again, I have to say. There's nothing wrong with irradiated diamonds. You can achieve a wonderful colour through that treatment process. But the reason why I discuss it is because it's actually really, really important when it comes to valuing your fancy diamonds. Because this will have already had a natural blue colour. But we've heat treated it just to encourage those colours out some more. So the rarity would have absolutely have been there. 9 carats, and we're starting at £139.95. We're going to take this under £100. And I'm going to tell you this is going to be an on-screen seller also, because we're not stopping there. Scintillation, luster, intensity, not irradiated colours. We're looking at a small amount of heat treatment that has been influenced to this gemstone. Small amount of heat treatment to bring out those beautiful, delicate teal blues. Amazing teal. It's not the same colour that you would actually find maybe within a tanzanite or an aquamarine. It's a teal colour, which is absolutely breathtaking. I've got you back, jewellery makers. I can see you now on the web and on the phone lines. No way near your deal of the day price tag. Get your certificate of authenticity. I think that's really important when it says heat treatment only as opposed to irradiation. Anywhere else, I can't, well, to be honest, I can't make comparisons. I can't think of anywhere that would actually be able to offer you 9 carats of this level of quality of blue fancy diamonds for £44.95. Our own founder, actually, when he first saw the quality of the diamonds that we offer here at Jewellery Maker, when he purchased us back after that period of time, he actually said, goodness me, if I was to take that strand and put it in that piece of jewellery and to bring it on our own sister channel, you wouldn't be talking about this price tag. He was really, really, really excited by the quality that we can actually offer you here at Jewellery Maker too. So, and you know what? I'm not saying they would elevate the price tag, quite the opposite. Gemporia to bring you high luxury, but they break down the carat weight quite possibly. 29 of these available within the vault. Once they're gone, they're gone. Heather, Satvia, London, Barbara, Merseyside, South Yorkshire, Wendy, Stephanie. Hello, Mayor. Hello to you, Michelle. Hello to you, Helen. Hello, Buckinghamshire. Hello to you, Devon, Janice. New customers, you've got to check out your baskets. We only had 48. And already approaching half the stock being allocated. Donna in Carmarthenshire, congratulations to you. If you're lucky enough, hang on, how many carats was in the black diamonds? 4. So you can get 13 carats of high quality, fancy diamonds for less than £200. Would you use them together? Absolutely incredible. Really? Okay, jewellery makers, I'm going to talk completely frankly with you now. I know that you had a really big week last week. You did. You did. I get that. And it's the beginning of the month and what. I get that. We should not go a single penny lower than this, but it's approaching half past the hour, and I've still got 22 available. So Wayne is just saying you're forcing his hand. He has to go a little bit lower because he wants them all to go today. So he's going to put a 60-second clock onto the screen, and that will warrant and justify how much lower he takes it. But he categorically is adamantly saying I shouldn't be, though, Elle. I should not be going lower. You're driving a hard bargain today for fine quality. I mean, that's fine. I totally get it. We've bombarded you over the last week. We've brought you literally launch after launch after launch after launch. However, it's very much more about your gemstones today. And I know last week was dominated by seed beads. Listen, we have to sort of play live shows as and when we see it. there's lots of you there showing interest, but you haven't made that commitment. So let's see what we can do. But we shouldn't categorically be going any lower, especially when there was only 48. That's not a massive quantity. And at £44.95, that's already an incredible price tag for 9 carats. Christine, Somerset, Glenda, Essex, Surrey, Heather, Satvia, London, Brent, Barbara. Those of you that have made your confirmations already, sit back. Don't worry, you'll benefit from this too. We have to watch the time as well, so. Yeah. Okay, if you don't, I definitely will. Because that for me is just going to be across the front of the décolletage on some 0.25 sterling silver wire. I'm going to have sterling silver chain on either side, and it would be the kind of piece of jewellery that I would probably never ever take off. 9 carats. How many people do you know that own 9 carats? But not 9 carats of irradiated diamonds, which there's nothing wrong with. Please don't think I'm being derogatory. But this is far rarer, because heat-treated diamonds will actually have already had that presence of colour, and it's just slightly encouraged it. And you're paying less than £40. Less than... I went out for a Sunday lunch with my family yesterday. We paid more than £40. More than £40 for our family's meal. 9 carats of heirloom legacy diamonds for under £40. Unbelievable. If they don't sell out, then, well... Even with that scheme, Adam, I still paid more than that. Yeah, even with the government scheme at the moment. Now, we have 8 left and I've still got 40 in baskets. Stephanie, Hazel, hello to you, London, Hannah, Angela, you've got yours, Jessie, Caroline, Cumbria, Sue, Christine, Somerset, lots of multi-buyers now. We are over-allocated. I can't... There we go. Well, listen, you can't say I didn't warn you. Because believe it or not, I do get that from time to time. Well, I went to check out my basket and then it was gone. How often do I say, check out your baskets, check out your basket, it's going to sell out, it's only limited, da-da-da. I say it over and over and over again. We had 48, now we have 4, and how many are in baskets? 35 people have it in their baskets, so do the maths. It just doesn't work out, does it? Check out, well done, well done. No, to those of you that have been successful, electric blue, beautiful intensity of colours, 9 carats, not even 1. So what's this working out per carat then? Wayne says, I'm not sure I want to work it out. He's just laughing. Under £5 per carat of blue diamonds. 45 people have got it in your baskets. Wayne says, I can do no more. I can do no more. That's it. Every penny. You've literally squeezed every single penny. And there's one of the black diamonds left, by the way, jewellery makers. I'm going to leave it with you because, like I said, we can do no more. Congratulations to you all. Oh, still to come, I've got beautiful Sapphira tourmaline. That's coming up in 10 minutes' time. What else have we got, Wayne? Mahenge garnet. Oh, this is just beautiful. So, Mahenge garnet. So those of you that know Tom Sowell, he's a gentleman that Jake was talking about, that his entire family was very much dedicated around the discovery of many Tanzanian gemstones. And he was responsible for the discovery of your Mahenge spinel, now hugely, enormously popular. They form along a location called the Tanzanian belt, or the Mozambique belt, sorry, that carves through many of those countries. The gem belt itself is incredibly rich in sort of geological, mineralogical sort of properties, and that's why it produces some of the finest gemstones in the world. Mahenge garnet has huge notoriety, and you can see why. Look at that quality. When you first look at it, you'll be seeing this really deep red, but you get a flash then of this wonderful magenta purple-like colour coming through. 39 carats of your Mahenge garnet. Oh, look at that. Look at that. That's insanely beautiful. Go really well with what? Oh, yes. With the sapphire tourmaline. Adam is not wrong. Hello. That literally. Hang on. If I could make a few purchases today. Does that get any more beautiful? Imagine that in a finished piece of jewellery, and imagine the price tag that it would be and should be anywhere else. Totally and utterly natural merengue garnet. I believe the mine is no longer actually unearthing this quality, because effectively you're looking at purple garnet here, aren't you? And because certain locations, purple garnet is a hybrid variety, but because certain locations of your Tanzanian mines are actually under, they're in an area of conflict, so what the government has actually done is they've just closed down all the mining processes, which means that we can't actually get hold of certain locations of this gemstone. So the Tanzanian government has really clamped down on sort of making sure, safeguarding, if you like, their gemstone miners. You know, in terms of your tanzanite, they've built a wall around the mine itself to safeguard the actual miners and also the gemstone. So opportunities to get hold of any variety of Tanzanian gemstones become more and more difficult. Again, Jake was talking about it. It's not just exclusive to tanzanite. It also includes the likes of your beautiful garnet like this. $29.95. Okay, I only had 21 of these available. Once they're gone, they're gone. Beautiful sapphire tourmaline coming your way. Not too long to wait for those. And natural intensities of colour. I think I'm going to get that strand. I don't own any merengue garnet yet. That's beautiful. Oh, this is new. Or new to me. New to me. So this would have been launched on one of the other shows, but how beautiful. So non-polished, genuine aquamarine, and of course your kunzite. So look how beautifully they go together. You'd almost think that they were siblings of the same gemstone family. They're not. Aquamarine comes from your beryl. Kunzite comes from the spodumene family, but they have got quite similar appearances, haven't they? They're both pastel. They both have this beautiful silvery internal sheen. Wow, £14.95. You heard Gemma say earlier on, she's back with you, by the way, for this afternoon for a masterclass, Jewellery Makers, hence why she's not with me right now. But they both have this really lovely silky internal patterns. With your kunzite, it'll absorb energy. It's actually a phosphorus gemstone, so or phosphorescent gemstone, so it'll absorb energy by day and glow by night. And I think it's going to kind of radiate and pass on towards your aquamarine as well. Never seen this strand before. When was it launched? At the beginning of this month. So, and we have a final 9, that's it. So once they're gone, they're gone. Now straight down to 5 of these. I'm going to leave it with you, well done. It's the saucers, I love the saucers. So Wayne, you know you're doing a lot of the gemstone buying now, as well as. Can we get some more saucers? Send you a wish list of anything, cuts-wise. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, can I say that? Yellow tanzanite maybe on the horizon? Yellow tanzanite. Natural. This would definitely be on my wish list though. I adore this cut. We have brought it to you in labradorite, spinel, tourmaline, turquoise obviously, aquamarine, morganite. They have all flown out the door. You're obviously of the same mind concept as me. I've only got 9 of these available. I just think it brings something so unique to the colour, but also the surface lustre of the gemstone. 13 carats that you're actually getting here, Jewellery Makers. Would you use it with the sapphire tourmaline? Maybe dot them in between. Dot them in between your hot pink tourmaline. A depleted location of source. What do you think about those two together? Really pretty, aren't they? 14.95, and I think the complexity of your cutting with your saucer cut has to be up there with some of the most challenging, because you effectively have got some of the most dramatic angles. With circumferencing the gemstone, you've got this really defined point. Has it gone? Yeah, well done. This really defined point. So, I mean, just imagine faceting a gemstone to that degree. It's gonna be challenging. Moving on to our bead box. Loving our bead boxes. It's basically like a massive bundle plus storage, or the perfect kit, because we put the colourways, the combinations together. Now the white is your howlite. You're actually getting that in 3 different sizes. Those sizes are 4, 6 and 8. Lovely patterning and matrix across the surface, totally natural. And you also have your rhodonite. Now rhodonite we don't get that often. It's actually, for me, I look at it like a raspberry ripple. You get those gorgeous raspberry tones with some very deep chocolatey, almost black-like colours as well. Again in the same size as your 4, 6 and 8, plus the storage Jewellery Makers, 6 strands in a box. Oh sorry, 10 in the rhodonite, so you get 4, 6mm and 10mm in the rhodonite for £19.95. So hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 components. £2.85 for the container. £2.85 for your 4mm. More to the point, £2.85 for your 10mm. Seriously? Anybody that loves stretchies, knotting, mala necklaces, channel setting, macrame, anybody that loves let's see, shibori silk, you can use this with it. Pretty much every single knotting, every single medium that you can possibly think of, you're going to be able to do with these bead boxes. And we've thought of the colours, because colours isn't something that everybody knows how to put together. You know, I've got a friend who's actually colourblind. She says, I don't know how to actually differentiate what colours work with what. So we've kind of done that for you within this opportunity, plus giving you an enormous saving. £19.95. Check out, but we only have a limited quantity of these. We brought these collections in a few different choice of gemstones. This is all about your raspberry pinks and the purest white. Moving on. Collectors and connoisseurs. Collectors and connoisseurs, be ready, because that is one of the largest chrome dioxides I've ever seen in a solitaire. Yeah. Seriously. Do you notice? No way. Do you notice how there is absolutely no colour extinction? Colour extinction is where this gemstone, because it is so deep in its saturation and completely natural, it can sometimes look black. That's why it tends to be really shallow in terms of its cutting. Really shallow faceted. How on earth are you doing this at £49.95? Anything over half a carat is exceptionally rare, Jewellery Makers, because chrome dioxide, we've certainly got documentaries, and Steve Bennett, our founder, has actually been there, and one thing he learnt was just how powder-like this gemstone actually forms. So to get a huge, what do you mean price coming in? That's already, how many? No, just no. This should not be happening. How many have we got of these? Okay, right, seriously, Jewellery Makers, if there is one purchase that you make today, I think it's got to be this one. Seriously, for 1.5 carats of genuine, let me pick that up with my tweezers, genuine chrome dioxide, natural, completely natural. The mine, we can't say a definite yes or no, is rumoured to no longer be in production. I totally agree. If you put this into 1.5 grams of maybe 18 karat gold, 9 carat, yeah? 2 little diamonds either side, you've been talking high triple figures. 100%. Look at the enormity of this solitaire. Hang on. 2 black diamonds either side. Look at the enormity of this. 1.5, plus it's that carat weight, which is literally on the nose. You pay a premium for a 1 carat, a 1.25, a 1.5, a 1.75. That is absolutely bonkers. I have quantity of these jewellery makers, but I can tell you this, the moment I step out of the studio in 15 minutes time, I'm going to be buying quite a few of these because it is actually one of the largest solitaires I've seen. I've seen a chrome dioxide larger, but it was one of a kind and it was thousands of pounds. So it was way beyond my price point. Incredible. Congratulations. Moving on. Should we stick with the chrome dioxide? So there are certain gemstones that we can definitely continue to offer you. Chrome dioxide, we're one of the few Western suppliers in the world that's actually been to the mine. And they were quite hesitant, by the way, because they're very secretive. They don't want to reveal their exact location through fear of, even though it is actually physically owned, through fear of it being flooded by gem collectors. But even then, even with us going there, we still can't tell you if it's for sure completely mined out. It's difficult to get hold of, that's as much as we can actually say. Chrome dioxide is totally natural, and whilst you get dioxide all around the world, chrome dioxide in 1988 literally sent a shockwave because of it has some of the most electric intensities of natural green that you could possibly ever own. I mean, look at it. For $18.95. Really simple, beautiful stacker style bracelets like this. But do you know which gemstone, if I was to put this in amongst those stackers, which one do you think would radiate the most? It would be the chrome dioxide. It absolutely would be. There's no treatment whatsoever. This is how the gemstone forms, but it's almost flaky in its, if you were to look at it in its rough form. So to get a big enough piece that can calibrate even the 2mm size is very exciting. £18.95. Well done, well done, well done. Alongside your Saphira tourmaline, possibly. That is coming your way in our next star buy, completely deplete location of source, so I think that would be a beautiful combination alongside your chrome dioxide. But rarity, of course, that's important. Of course, it's interesting to know, and of course, it elevates the price tag. But beauty alone, you won't get any better than this. Rubellite is a beautiful variety of tourmaline. More specifically, it's a red-pink tourmaline. And what achieves it that status is actually being able to hold on to that same colour, the reds and pinks, under every single different lighting condition. So, if you imagine looking at this next strand under candlelight, it will look no less beautiful. If you can imagine looking at this gemstone strand under daylight, it will look no less beautiful. It holds on to that gorgeous colour. Rubellite is found in a few places around the world. This is most specifically from the Saphira deposit, which is now completely and utterly exhausted. So literally gone. Think about Songea sapphire. Think about the chrome dioxide that I was just talking about. Think about Sleeping Beauty turquoise. It's our natural instinct to want what we can't have. And is it any wonder why when you've just seen that image, that quality of tourmaline, which has clarity? As a type 3 gemstone, we expect tourmaline to have internal inclusions. This is the quality from which you've seen Chopard, from which you've seen Van Cleef, from which you've seen Boodles and Boucheron. all purchasing from this direct location because it is ultra fine quality. So our Saphira Tourmaline, I brought you a showcase alongside Jake not so long ago. Our parcel of Saphira Tourmaline is pretty much gone. And that purchase, it could have gone one way or the other. It could have gone to Van Cleef, etc., 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 or it could have gone to us. So we were able to purchase and acquire a limited quantity, and they are now dwindling. So this mine is completely exhausted. The quality is insane. At $149.95, you are looking at a completely and utterly natural gemstone. Colour is the most important thing with all your tourmalines. It's not clarity necessarily. The most saturation, the deeper the reds and pink colours that you see, the more highly valuable your Rubellite Saphira Tourmaline will actually be. $99.95. I have 51 of these available within the vault. Alongside, oh, can you imagine it with your black diamonds? Can you imagine? Well, how about if I said you can get both strands for less? Are you doing is that right? For less than £200. Rubellite and black diamonds for less than £200. A combination of gemstones that have been pictured on celebrities on the red carpet, and is it any wonder why when you see such insane intensity, such incredible natural beauty, so much so that the deposits themselves have been completely and utterly exhausted. A beautiful colour that has, as I said earlier on, has had Bulgari, Harry Winston, Van Cleef, Chopard, Caterina Perez, all actually leaning towards this beautiful hot pink. You're going to have internal characteristics. You know what? That's one of the crowning characteristics that makes this gemstone so beautiful and stand out, to be truthful, because then we know it is a true Mother Nature's gemstone. Absolute brand new collectors getting involved on the web. Make sure you check out your baskets. I only had a 51 opportunity, and in fact I'll ask the question, do we have Saphira Tourmaline anywhere else? We've got a couple of the loose stones left. No strands. This is the only Saphira Tourmaline strand that we actually have within our vault, within our entire vault. Well done! Okie dokie. Oh, this is lovely. This is beautiful. Wonderful chrysocolla. Copper-bearing gemstone that almost looks like little planets. You get these lovely, beautiful patterns across the surface of the gemstone. If you can imagine ourselves sat up on the mood, looking down at Mother Earth, it'll look something like this. Only forms in a few locations around the world. Chrysocolla, again, the popularity has skyrocketed recently because it's got interest, internal interest. You're not looking for clarity, it's all about its opaque appearance. So those of you that are lovers of your turquoise, I bet will be lovers of chrysocolla too. 88 carat to this beautiful gemstone. A gemstone which is believed to keep us connected to heaven and earth. So you can see the earth-like appearances as well within the gemstone. Blue is the colour of the heavens, and there's that association. We're not stopping at $69.95 for 7.5 millimeters. Simple, stretchy for me. I'd be using this maybe with some of the spacers that you might have in your stash, or maybe a few jump rings as you're seeing here. That's Parasite, it's a slightly different gemstone, but you can use the same sort of inspiration and design. It's one of those visual beauties, so every single one will look completely individual and unique. You get these wonderful patterns, a mixture of both your greens and your natural earthy tones as well, hence the similarity in the and the connection, if you like, between Mother Nature and Earth herself. $29.95, the final few of these available for beautiful quality, totally natural chrysocolla. Well done, the final few. Stay where you are. That's a whole lot of emerald, Wayne. Is it really? Right, you ready? 1, 2, 3. Genuine natural emerald. Hang on. No, it doesn't. 92. Okay, name a price that you would imagine for one strand. $12.95 would be amazing. That's 400 carats of emerald on one strand, so times that by 3. So what's that, £38? That's a lot of emerald. Can you just repeat it before I blurt it out, Wayne, just so I don't say it wrong? Should we take this to a single figure price tag? Not one, all 3. Oh gosh, I have said that right. Right, 400 across the 3 strands. You get 3 strands for under £10. You know when you say something and it just doesn't quite sit right? It's because it is actually wrong, Wayne has just said. This is natural Brazilian emerald. And I'm taking 3 strands for under £10. So wait a minute, seriously. I was here when we launched emerald here at Jewellery Maker, and I can tell you, it's first started in your chips and nuggets, and I think they were around £20, something like that, around £20, and that's incredible. Absolutely incredible. We're talking about all of these 3 strands. Bear in mind we've got memory wire coming up on the weekend too. You could do something like this. You can pop it onto your beading thread. You can pop it onto your elastic. You can do all sorts with your emerald nuggets. They've got that glowing green. O stands for oiling, by the way. It doesn't transfer or change anything about the gemstone other than bring you a brightness, if you like, to the exterior. It has the same pH value. So if you put your Johnson's baby oil on your emerald, it's got the same pH number. So it brings an energy to the gemstone itself. £3.32 per double strand, which measures 83 centimetres. So that's 83 approximately times 3. And we're under £10 only. Eunice, Diane, Rita, Susan, Elizabeth, hello to you, Sharon, Toyin, Kathleen, Karen, hello to you, France, hello to you, Jeannie, hello to you, Claire, Leslie, Linda, Ella, Kathy, new customers. Yeah, thank you, Emma. Something as simple as this, which is basically, I think that's crochet, or maybe just a gentle twist of your chips and nuggets. Would you expect that to be in any fine coloured gemstone specialist jeweller for anything around £9.95? Categorically no way. Absolutely no way. What a steal of a deal. Bowing out in style, I would say. We had 92 of these available. Beautiful intensity of your green. Again, it's a type 3 gemstone. You're expected to have inclusions. It's about the presence and energy of that saturation. I love Brazilian emerald, and again, it was always one of those gemstones, much like things like black spinel and black diamonds, ironically, that we were talking earlier on, that were kind of in the shadows of other locations. These days, it's actually more at the forefront because it has this wonderful colour, but also patternings too. Yes, so stay where you are on those phone lines, Jewellery Makers. I can bring you, how many more opportunities? A couple. How about a storage box? For me, this is like a presentation case as well. It's not just about storage, which obviously we need as crafters and jewellery makers. It's about presentation too. So if I just show you around, it's a really, really solid, rigid box. I'll turn it this way, and you've got the clip handles, so nice and secure. Open it up like so, and it literally opens up like a briefcase. And then inside, you have these little removable trays. And all of this you can move around if you wanted to. Say you wanted those at the bottom, move that one down there, and I'll put that one up there. So if you want to jiggle it around, the lip itself, oh, that removes, and you go underneath, whichever. The lip itself will actually connect with the box at the top. So if you do put your findings in each of these containers, you won't find them hopping and skipping over to the other actual containers. At £12.95 only, for a large storage case that you've actually got here, Jewellery Makers, and they literally just clip back on, like so. There we go. Jobs are good, Jobs are good. And so imagine all the things like the commissions that you might do, or all the requests that you might have from your customers saying, okay, can you make me that piece of jewellery, or I really like this idea. Then actually being able to present maybe your gemstones, your seed beads, your finings in a professional case like this. They're much better than little bags, aren't they? Much, much better. Okay, what number? Here it is. Number 4 or 9? Oh. Beautiful sterling silver classic curb chain. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this to you before, but see these little black tabs that come within all your 925 sterling silver? Don't throw those away because they're actually anti-tarnish. So if you actually put those in your jewellery box, they'll actually prevent your sterling silver from tarnishing itself. So finishing with an 18-inch classic curb chain. Italian made, incredible quality, beautiful surface luster. We've not scrimped on the gram weight at all, and yet we're still bringing it to you for £4.75. This is the same quality that you would find in most of your high street jewellers, even the big designer brands. You would find them, but you would find them considerably more than £4.75. Hence why so many of our Jewellery Maker customers don't just buy the one; they buy multiples of, don't they? So say, okay, so I'll get maybe 5 of these and keep them in your stash, knowing that I'm going to buy maybe amber pendants at a later stage. I'm going to buy some really beautiful, I don't know, cubic zirconia pieces like Gemma was showing us in the 9 o'clock hour this morning. £9.25 sterling silver for £4.75. How many did I have? Okay, there's quantity, but there's multi-buying going on. Jewellery Makers, I'm back with you bright and early tomorrow morning, but do not go anywhere because you have a masterclass with the wonderful Gemma Crow coming your way after this. I'll see you soon.
Owning a strand of genuine gemstones is